tayo. We would like to welcome our 2020 Regional Vice President, Jincal Toledo. Followed by the Praxis.
Is RBP there?
The Praxis is, we have JCI Langkat Leia, Press Lars Medina, JCI QC Capital, Press Dean Prado. Meron pa bang ibang Praxis? Wait. And then, yung pa lang pala sa ngayon. Okay, for our past NBs, welcome 2090 Regional Vice President Vic Mendoza from Cavite South.
Present po.
Hello RVP.
Yun, nag-open na rin ng video. And next was our past JCI Senator, 2019 head trainer of National Conference. Please welcome Mr. Menem, HT Menem.
Right. Thanks, HT.
And also to welcome all the local chapters. We have JCI Daraga. I don't know the year, pero past president po siya, Miss Jeanette Uy.
She's 2019 EVP.
Sorry.
2019.
Baka ako ganun ka-present. 2019. And then, sino pa ba? Meron pa ba?
May I
past
also add our own senator, international graduate, Senator Mark Padilla.
Hi, IG.
Good afternoon.
Hello po, good afternoon. Also to
Hi, Mark.
welcome, guys, kakapasok lang po from JCI Imus Wagayway, Press Harry Nunez.
Hello, Press.
Hi, Batch.
Thank you.
Binitawan lang niya.
Okay, we will now start for our JCI values, JCI mission and vision and prayer headed by Miss Danica Canelang.
Hello JCI members, let us all recite the JCI values, mission and vision in unison and with conviction.
Once the emotions are off, nakamalula siya.
We
Teka lang.
believe...
Teka lang muna. Teka lang po.
Okay ba?
I-share lang kasi na screen.
Before getting back. Para it doesn't release.
Sorry, no. So it's our first time to have this live on Facebook.
Okay po. You can start na po, Miss Danica.
Ay,
Our
okay po.
JCI member, JCI sila.
Hello po. Good afternoon. Hello JCI members, let us all recite the JCI values, mission and vision in unison and with conviction. JCI values. We believe
that faith in God
gives meaning
and purpose to human life.
That the brotherhood of man transcends the
As the sovereignty of nations.
That the economic
Economic
justice
justice is won by free men
free men
free
through free
enterprise.
enterprise. That the
That
government
government should be of laws
rather
rather than of men. The
that
earth's great
treasure
treasure
lies in human personality. And
and
that
that
service to humanity is the best work of life. JCI mission. Provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. JCI vision. to be the leading
Leading
global
global
network
network
of young
of
active
young active
citizens.
citizens.
JCI prayer.
With
We
We
affirm
affirm our conviction that faith in God gives
God
meaning and
gives meaning and
purpose
purpose to
to
human life.
human life.
May
May the
the
good
good
Lord
Lord
guide us
guide
in
us
all
in
our
all our
undertakings.
undertakings.
Parang, di ba, when you go,
Okay, for our opening remarks, may we welcome our 2020 Regional Vice President, Jingle Toledo.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, RVP.
Okay, I really appreciate you all for attending today. This is our first regional training in partnership with our brothers, JCI Quezon City Capital, and several JCI chapters from Cavite South Region, co-hosted the Ignite Training Series, spearheaded by my very own JCI Surang Tetlaya President, Lorena Medina. By the way, we have a reward for those who will stay until the end of our training. We will have a raffle and the prize is GCI jacket.
Yay!
Yes.
Anyway,
Congratulations,
okay. Well, since we
RVP.
have enough attendees, without further, we can start now. Hello.
Yes, press. RVP.
We can
Thank
start
you.
now. Okay.
Sige. So, yun, I'll introduce first myself. I'm Jason Principe, and welcome to Ignite. So, Ignite is basically had been spearheaded by Congressman Alfred Vargas, our national training director, way back in 2017. And basically, the goal of Ignite is to provide training opportunities for chapters then. Kasi we noticed that 2017 or 2018, konti lang din yung trainings na hindi siya ganun ka-diverse. And yun yung napansin ni Kong na may mga ibang members kami ng mga businessman and they'd like to learn more about business and they'd like to learn more about their professions. So yun. And that's what Ignite is for, to give opportunities then for other chapters kung ano yung kailangan nila. So Ignite had been kumbaga a catalog of trainings. Ang daming mga trainers doon tapos mamimili lang yung mga chapters kung ano yung kailangan nila in their chapter. And also, it provides then development opportunities for the members to practice their training. So that had been yung goal talaga na Ignite, to be to inspire the servant leader in you. So yun, I'm Jason Principe, and I'll be talking about productivity because I know most of the time actually ngayon we're in lockdown and we're forced to be in Zoom, we're forced to work at home kasi with yung mga restrictions and mga skeletal forces, so we're not able to work at the office most of the time. So and problem with that is that nakakatamad. Hindi tayo motivated. Kaya nga, that's the reason why we created this self-driven, how to be productive and motivated even without a boss. So I'll introduce myself. Sorry. So yun, I'm Jason Principe. I'm the founder of Trans Manila. It's a community of hypnotists, hypnotherapists, and NLP practitioners. So I'm a certified master NLP trainer under American Union of NLP, certified conversational hypnotist by the International Association of Conversation Hypnotists, certified hypnotherapist by the American Alliance of Hypnotists, and I have a master's degree in clinical psychology in St. Paul University. So I'm also the 2019 National Chairman for Ignite and 2020 VP of Individual Development. So yun, in hypnosis, I'm one of the people who had been going out in media to promote hypnosis, hypnotherapy, kasi people know na if hypnosis, budol-budol. Pero now I'm be talking about NLP. Basically, NLP, it's like hypnosis without tulog. So yun, I've been going out in media. I've appeared in a lot of media. I've also appeared yung latest ko, yung kay before mag-shutdown yung DZMM. And bago yun, I have a episode in Eyewitness wherein It's called phobia. You could search it up in YouTube, wherein I cured someone na takot sa, he's 50 years old, takot siya sa dilim, takot siya sa multo, and takot siya sa patay. So within 30 minutes, I was able to help him cure yung takot niya sa dilim. Kinulong namin sa isang kwarto na napakadilim. And mind you, he had that phobia since he's young. So may mga times na kapag madilim yung kalsada, hindi siya nakauwi. Ganun ka-intense yun sa kanya. So he was able to overcome it within 30 minutes. And we went to a funeral parlor, tapos kaso walang patay nun. And he was able to first time touch a casket, yung kabao. After that, we went to his hometown na Santa Cruz, Laguna, and we were able to go to a morgue, and he was able to touch a dead body. And it actually also my first time to go to a morgue. Pero yun, a person who had been phobia, who had fear on dead bodies, on ghosts, and on dark places was able to overcome within less than 2 sessions. So yun naman, that's how powerful NLP is, and that's how powerful the things that you learn here. Also, I've been giving out talks everywhere then. Yun nga, JCI, I've been going around in Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, teaching about yung previous runs that I've taught in Ignite was stress management using NLP, how to detect lying, how to detect when a person is lying to you, and last is yung how to get over your ex in 7 days. So each run ng how to get over your ex, lagi may umiyak. So yun, now I'll be talking about self-driven para naman at least useful in your everyday work. So before we start, I'd like you to open your browser, yung open Google Chrome or Safari, and type in slido.com, 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 and type in there the event code NLP. It's slido.com, type in there NLP. Tapos, there would be questions there. Kasi I know most of the time, actually I learned it from James Lim, yung next speaker, yung Slido. And he's actually, I learned a lot from it. And yun, kasi what I've noticed is that when a person is listening to a webinar, most of the time, papanoorin mo yan, tapos magsasayang ka na, maglalaba ka na, or wala na. Parang na background lang siya, di ba? Pero I'd like it to be more interactive. So, mapapansin nyo doon sa Slido, I've noticed some people have answered it. So, there's a question there. Look around you. Notice ano yung mga bagay na makadistract sa'yo. Kasi if you're gonna be productive working from home, yung mga bagay na nandito ngayon, those are the things that would distract you. Yung Facebook, I'd see cellphone, TV, bed, internet, back pain, phone, paperworks, other people, di ba? And you have to keep in mind, food there, nice. Those are good answers. So these are actually the things that would distract you in your productivity, di ba? If you're unable to solve it, magiging most of the time you'll be distracted. And if you want to be productive, be motivated, you have to keep these in mind. Yeah, social media, your crush. Yun, di ba? Kailangan meron kang time for crush, may time ka for social media, may time ka for it. Kasi problem with now you're at home, walang barrier on distractions. Kasi kung nasa office ka, hindi ka naman pwede mag-Facebook lang lagi doon kasi pag tumingin yung boss mo, makapagalitan ka, or hindi ka naman pwedeng kung ano-ano lang yung ginagawa mo, hindi ka naman pwedeng humiga sa work. So yun, these are the things na you have to be really focus on, really have to focus on it, really have to fix on it. Kasi kung hindi mo siya maayos, you won't be productive. And pwede kasi na may mga times na you really have to fix on it. So here's a question. So actually, here's a quote. Why are you more motivated to do those distractions than working? Here, you could notice na sa slide ulit. I'll ask a question. ask a question. Why are you more motivated? Ba't mas gusto mong gawin yung Facebook, yung social media, yung milk tea, yung bakit mo mas ginagawa yon? Or ba't ka mas nanonood ng TV kaysa sa mag-work? So, I'd like you to answer it. Distress. There. Nice. You could answer dun sa slide, diba? No pressure, no deadline. Diba? Mas convenient, it's more fun. There's enjoyment for it. Nice. These are good things. It's comfortable, diba? If you're watching TV, you're comfortable. If you're working, it may not be as comfortable as it is. It's fun. It's relaxing. These are actually good answers. Feeling good. There. So, kasi most people would say that they're not motivated to do anything while they're spending hours on social media. Kumbaga sinasabi niya, tinatamad ako eh. Pero hindi ka tinatamad mag-Facebook, hindi ka tinatamad mag-Instagram, hindi ka tinatamad mag-Twitter. It just means that it's not that you're lacking motivation, it's just that yung motivation mo is misplaced. Yung fun is misplaced. So, being self-driven is basically using the reasons why distractions work. Because why the distractions are effective? Diba? Kasi if watching TV is fun, you have to make it so na what you're working on is more fun than watching TV. It has to be more relaxing. It has to be more challenging. It has to be more, it has to be more motivating than watching TV, than going on Facebook. And how are we gonna do that? It's to be self-driven. You have to have a goal in mind. Kailangan yung goal mo is something that's pulling you towards it. It has to be, you have to figure out why you're doing it. Diba? Kasi most of the time, parang parang relationship, diba? When it started, you're motivated, kumbaga, you want to hahatid mo, bibigyan mo ng gifts, you'll give out all your energy or your time, pero after a few months or after a few weeks, and yung regular days are sinking in, so hindi na siya ganun ka-attractive. And how to do it, you have to spark it yourself. You have to figure out why do you love your work, or why are you working, diba? Or why do you need to do this? So, kailangan yung goal mo, it has to pull you. It has to, for you to be productive, for you to be motivated, you have to be emotional. You have to be, yung goal in mind, it has to pull you. How to make it pull you? Here's an exercise. I'll give you siguro a basic example. Have you noticed na bakit yung mga magulang or yung mga nanay na kapag nakita nila most of the parents, most of the mom, pag nakita nila yung lababo nila na madaming plato, kahit na pagod na yan, automatic lilinisin niya yan. Kahit hindi niya iniisip yung pagod niya, automatic lilinisin niya yan. It's because they have an image inside their mind that this is true. This is, kumbaga, yung lababo, it's clean. So that's a hallucination in their mind that it has to be clean. And they don't have to motivate themselves for them to clean it, because yung image nila and reality, it's not matching. That's one of the reasons then why people who have obsessive compulsive are being obsessive compulsive. Kahit pagod na sila, they would be still doing the things na kailangan nilang gawin, yung mga rituals nila. It's because they have an image in mind na in their mind, it's the reality. And that's something that you have to do in your work. I'll give you an example then. Way back 2000, actually 2 years ago, when I was finishing my master's thesis, sobrang I'm willing to give up kasi everything that I do is wrong. So I would pass something na for kunyari gagawin ko yung isang project for isang aspect in 1 week para magawa ko yung isa. Tapos I would wait 2 weeks for my professors to reply, and sasabihin niya na sa akin, mali yung ginawa mo, ulitin mo lahat. Pero hindi niya sasabihin kung ano yung mali ko. So I would guess kung ano yung mali ko, would work on it for 1 week, then I would wait again for 2 weeks para sabihin niya sa akin na mali ulit lahat. So it has been going for months. So I was really devastated. I was really trying to figure out, ano na ba, is it worth it? Then I've noticed nung mag-i-stop na ako. Actually, nag-stop ako for a year, then was supposed to not continue it. Pero was browsing on the phone, tapos nakita ko yung picture ko ng Metoga. Kasi thesis na lang yung kulang eh. And nakita ko yung picture ko ng Metoga. And knowing nakita ko yung picture na yun na Metoga ko, everywhere I look, everywhere I go, kahit pagpikit ko ng mata ko, na-imagine ko yung picture ng toga. Na tipong kahit saan ako lumingon, I'm seeing yung picture ng toga. And that made me push through. Kasi kumbaga, in my perspective, graduate na ako eh. Kailangan matupad yung image na to. Kumbaga, this is a reality for me. Parang yung OC na na-imagine niya na kailangan lahat pantay. Buong mundo is organized. Or yung magulang na yung lababo is malinis. Or yung bahay mo, malinis yan, organized. Na kahit pagod na pagod ka na, you have to work. Kasi this is your image. This is your reality. So, with that, I was able to push through kahit ilang mali ulit, kahit ilang tagal ulit, kahit sobrang bisit na ako. Pero, I'm still motivated. I'm still pushing through because your goal in mind is something that's pulling me. That's what I need you to do. I'd like to ask you, and you could do it yourself. I'd like to ask you, what's your goal in mind? And if you have a goal in mind, kailangan it has to have an image. Hindi yung tipong, gusto ko maging mayaman. Pero if I were to ask you, what does being mayaman means to you? What does being mayaman looks to you? Kung wala kang image nun, most of the time it's a wish. It's not a goal. So you have to figure out ano yung itsura nun. Your dream, why are you working? Basically, if you're working for your family, if you're working to travel the world, if you're working to have a better future, what does it look like? Kailangan meron kang image nun. Kunyari, if providing for the family, what does providing for your family looks like to you? Does it involve you giving them a big house? Kung may big house na yun, ano itsura ng big house na yun? Roman style ba siya? Spanish style na house ba siya? Mansion ba siya? Ano itsura ng house na yun? It has to be something very concrete, down to the details. So kung yung bahay na yun, ilang floors yun, ilang rooms yun, ano yun nandun, may pool ba yun, saan siya nakalocated? Kung if you were to virtual tour around the room, around the house, what does it look like? Kailangan merong image in mind. Kasi kung walang image yan, kung hindi ka namomotivate, hindi ka nahihila, hindi siya parang, ito na yung totoo, this is the reality. You won't work for it. Kahit simple distractions, you'd be distracted kasi yung distractions are more powerful than your goal. You have to make your goal in mind something bigger, something more better than your distractions. Diba? So, yeah, why are you working? Ano yung goal in mind mo? It doesn't have to be really big. It could be something na it's small. It could be something na I'm working just to get a car. I'm working just to go to Japan or go to Paris. Diba? It has to be something na may image ka. And it has to be something na yung image na yun, there's down to the details. Ano yung suot mo nun? Ano yung itsura mo? Ano yung facial reactions mo? How do you breathe? How are you? Who are you with? Ano yung sounds associated with it? If you were to imagine, if you were to close your eyes and imagine kung ano yung picture ng goal in mind mo ngayon, why are you working? Bakit mo ba ginagawa to? Bakit mo ba ginagawa itong JC? Bakit mo ba ginagawa yung work mo? And anong magiging end goal in mind? Kung mapagtapos mo ng college yung mga anak mo, what does it look like? Saang school sila? Ano itsura ng TOEFL nila? Diba? Ano yung sounds associated with it? Nasaan ka? Kinaabot mo ba yung nagpa-picture ba kayo? Or nandun ba sa wall ng bahay mo na lahat sila may nakatoga, na naka-picture frame? it has to be something na a very specific picture. And that picture has to be something that everywhere you go, everywhere you look, you're seeing that. So here's what we're gonna do if everyone's okay. This would be somewhat of a very helpful mind exercise. If everyone's okay, if everyone's willing, could you type in the chat yes? Para lang malaman ko na you're still there and you want to be this, you want to do this exercise. Yes, yes, Lars, yes. Kalikasan, Dean, yes, nice. Nice. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to close your eyes and really imagine what's the end goal in mind. Kumbaga, if you were to define your life, kumbaga, if you were to imagine you're in your deathbed looking back at your life, ano yung pinaka gusto mong, ano yung pinaka na-achieve mo? Pinaka gusto mong ma-achieve sa buhay mo? Doesn't have to be about you. It could be about your kids. It could be about your foundation. It could be about someone that you're helping. It could be about anything. Pero it has to be something really deep in your heart. What's the end goal in mind? What does it look like? May itsura nun. Ano yung itsura mo when you're achieving it? Paano ka huminga? Paano ka gumalaw? Sino yung kasama mo? Ano yung sounds associated with it? Ano yung nararamdaman mo? Anong klaseng pakiramdam yan? Malamig ba? Mainit? Saan mo siya mas nararamdaman? Sa chest? Sa shoulders? Sa stomach? Sa ulo ba? Anong feeling ng pakiramdam na yan? And where does it go? Yung feeling na yan, umaakit ba? Bumababa? Nag-explode? Pupunta sa likod? Notice kung yung feeling ng achieving something, yung end goal in mind. Notice yung feeling. And notice yung image na yan in your mind. You would actually notice, mapapansin mo, that as you look around, it would form into a symbol. It would form into a symbol. Or bigla ka na lang may maiisip na symbol that would define everything. That would define everything. You would notice as you look around, magiging yung image niya, it would become a symbol. A symbol na once nakita mo yon, you know na ito yung kailangan ko. Kumbaga, in my case, once nakita ko yung toga, this is what I need. They would form a symbol, you'd notice it. Or mapapansin mo na yung attention mo would focus on something na kakaiba. Pero most of the time, it would form a symbol. And you don't have to judge what the symbol is, but notice yung symbol and keep that in mind. Now you can open your eyes and you can type in what's the symbol. Ano yung symbol ng pangarap mo? Kasi if you were to, mas mabilis kasi kung mapapansin mo kung mayroong symbol. Parang heart. Parang yung Philippines, once na nakita mo yung Philippine flag, it sparks yung love for the country. It sparks yung sacrifices ng mga bayani, mga previous presidents, previous people. It symbolizes yung love for the country. Pero yan, heart, rainbow, crown, there. What else? Heart, skies, trophy. Now, what I'd like you to do is have that symbol, gawin mo, yan yung gawin mong wallpaper ng cellphone mo. Yan yung lagay mo yung picture na yan everywhere. Kunyari, mag-work ka na, you have to have that picture sa desk mo or sa computer mo. You make it something na everywhere you go, you're seeing it. It's a constant reminder for you na this is what I need to do. For you to be, kasi the reason why distractions are also working is because you're exposed to it. Pero if you're more exposed to the things that you love, mas madali maging productive. Earth, helping hands. So, kung gusto mo pa, gawin mong tattoo, gawin mong t-shirt, I don't know, whatever it is, it has to be something that it's very easy for you to notice. It's very easy for you to see. Diba? So, John, thank you. So, natutunan ba? So, here's another thing. Kasi nga, I've noticed them, may mga iba na they're wasting their time playing games, di ba? We're wasting our time doing yung sa mobile. So, the thing is, why does mobile games work? Di ba? In psychology, there's a concept of pleasantly frustrating. The reason why it's addictive, the reason why you're wasting your time, you're wasting a lot of your time playing games on your phone, kahit Candy Crush man yan or kahit ano man yan, it's because it's pleasantly frustrating. What does it mean? When you're starting, kunyari, let's say Candy Crush, when you're starting Candy Crush, merong specific number of moves siya and sobrang mahirap siya. Pero you know na it's doable. Mahirap siya, pero you know it's doable. Ganun din sa, kunyari, Mobile Legends or first-person shooter. At the end of, or at the start of the game, pantay-pantay lang kayo lahat. And alam mo na it's doable. Mahirap siya, pero it's doable. And you know na kaya mo siyang gawin. That also applies in your work. The reason some people are not being motivated, it's because minsan yung problema nila, yung task nila, sobrang laki. And they feel na it's not doable. Or minsan naman, sobrang dali. Na hindi siya naka-frustrate, hindi siya naka-challenge. Diba? So, if you were to fix your work so that it's pleasantly frustrating, it's more challenging, it's more addictive to work. Kung sobrang laki ng task mo, make it so na liitan mo lang. What's the first step? Kunyari, you're in sales. What's the first step? Listing up all your prospects. Hindi ka pa naman tumatawag, di ba? You're just listing up all your prospects. And it has to be something na it's pleasantly frustrating. It's challenging enough, pero it's not overwhelming. Di ba? And you know for a fact that it's doable. So, yun din. Kung sobrang dali naman ng task mo, na nakaka-boring na or alam ko na yan make it so na mas challenging siya. Put time limit. Kunyari, kaya mo siyang gawin ng 1 hour. What would happen if you do it in 30 minutes? So that may 30 minutes kang break. Diba? At least it's pleasantly frustrating. It's challenging, but it's not overwhelming. So, yun. That's one of the reasons why we're addicted to mobile games. It's because it's pleasantly frustrating. Now, make your work pleasantly frustrating. Also, next is establish a routine. Kasi alam ko, most of the people na I've attended yung mga productivity. By the way, before I've done this, I've attended a lot of productivity. And what I've noticed is that every people who are very successful then have a ritual. It doesn't matter kung ano yung ritual mo, pero it has to be, you have to have a ritual. The reason why people are, one of the reasons then why are we motivated when we go to work is because pag papasok ka sa work, maliligo ka, mag-aayos ka, sa babae, nag-makeup ka pa, or papabango ka pa, tapos there would be a travel time. Tapos once na pagdating mo, magta-time in ka, and pagka-time in mo, uupo ka, tapos pwede magko-coffee ka, tas then you'll work. Meron kang pattern. Nasasanay yung utak mo. May ritual ka na maliligo ka, magbibihis ka, so magta-travel ka, magta-time in ka, iinom ka ng kape, tas you'll work. Merong ritual, merong kang pattern. Pero with the advent of home, work at home, pagkagising mo, kahit di ka pa naligo, upo ka na sa computer. So nawala yung preparation in your mind for you to work, for you to prepare your mind na, naliligo ka, bibihis ka, you're taking care of yourself, you're psyching up your mind for you to work. So you have to establish a ritual. It doesn't mean na porket hindi mo kailangan maligo, hindi ka na maliligo. Kasi kapag naligo ka before working, it sets up your mind then for you to work. So you have to establish a ritual. Right? Yun. It's a short clip lang from Money Heist. So sino dito na nanonood ng Money Heist? So yun. So if you notice yung siguro I'll repeat it. So here's the reason why I showed you this video is in the Money Heist there's a police investigator na sobrang galing, and each time na she was about to work, she'll fix her hair with the pencil. Ayusin niya yung buhok niya, tatali niya with a pencil, and kapag tinali niya na yun, it's on. Ganon. So you have to also have something that would tell your mind that it's on. It's work time, na hindi ka na may istorbo, na kumbaga this is it, this is game time. Diba? Kumbaga parang sa basketball merong pre-game ritual. So you have to also have something na isang bagay na pag ginawa mo, alam mo na it's work. It could be coffee. It could be you could have rubber band na susuot mo. O kaya naman wedding ring. O kaya naman hubarin mo yung relos. Tas kapag sinuot mo na yung relos, then it's work time. It has to be something na nakikita mo. It has to be something na kasi what we're doing is we're creating a ritual. We're creating an anchor na kapag ginawa mo to, pag sinuot mo to, it's work. You have to have something like that. Pwedeng ipit, pwedeng headband, pwedeng rubber band, pwedeng pag sinuot mo yung sapatos mo, and anything. Pero you have to think of something na when you do it, it's work. And kapag hindi mo na gagawin yun, uubarin mo na. That's part of conditioning. And also, kung kaya din, na kunyari, if you have a laptop and a desktop, kunyari, if you're working on your laptop, make it so na kapag mag-work ka, it's in a different place. Kailangan na meron kang work station, meron kang work time na kapag nandito ka, you'll just work. Para siyang one of the reasons then why people who are having a hard time sleeping or may insomnia is because most of the time, people who have hard time sleeping, kahit sobrang pagod na yan, paghiga niya, mag-iisip yan. Kasi tuwing gabi, doon lang tahimik. And tuwing gabi, doon lang nagkakaroon ng oras to stop and think. So, nasasanay yung iba na paghiga nila, that's the time to think. Para siyang yung ibang tao na paggising sa umaga, pag upo sa CR, kahit di sumasakit yung tiyan, sumasakit yung tiyan. Kasi nga nasanay yung katawan. Ganun din sa insomnia, paghiga nila, that's the time to think. Ganun din dapat sa inyo. If you're gonna work, have a workplace, pwede kang bumili ng isang maliit na table na pag nilagay mo yung laptop mo dito or pag nandito ka na, what they're only gonna do is work. And kapag tinatamad ka na, alis ka. Make it so na meron kang sacred place na wala kang ibang gagawin kundi mag-work. Alright? So, next. So, yun nga. Also, establish a routine. Create a routine in mind na that na-schedule ka sa buhay mo. Gaya nga actually, every billionaire have a routine. Meron silang ginagawa every day na paulit-ulit. So, have something na in mind na you have to establish a routine. 8 a.m., ito yung gagawin ko. 9, ito yung gagawin ko. 12, lunch. 5. So you have to have a sense of routine. Also, you could do Gantt charting. Gantt chart means, kasi may mga times na madami kang projects na nagsasama-sama. And if you're not organized, if you don't do Gantt charting, kasi here's the thing. Kumbaga mapansin niyo, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, nakaschedule siya. Tapos may time lang kung kailan mo siya gagawin, kailan mo siya iisipin. And may time lang din yung mga ibang projects. No? So that it's easier na, kunyari, it's Saturday ngayon, what I'll do is study NLP, I'll finish this project, I'll finish this book. So ito lang iisipin mo, hindi mo na iisipin yung iba. Diba? And most of the time kasi, nag-overlap din yung mga projects natin. Eh. So, hindi naman siya very linear na once I finish this, then it's done. So, yeah, this is very useful then. So, go back to slide 2 kasi it's not, I'm not the all-knowing expert on everything. Let's learn from each other. So, go to slide 2 and there's a question there. What worked for you to be more productive? Let's share. Share mo yung mga bagay na nag-work sa'yo para mas maging productive ka so that other people can learn. Diba? Go to slide 2 and answer. Ano yung mga bagay? What worked for you to be more productive? Ano yung mga bagay na ginawa mo for you to be more productive? Blocks of time. Good music. There. Yeah. Mas maganda rin yung mga something na walang lyrics na music kasi it sparks up your brain. Self-discipline, planner, they're nice. Being positive, they're nice. Drinking coffee with good music, writing. These are things na nakatulong from other people that you can apply in your work then, that you can apply while you're at home. Being in a quiet environment. Nice. Music there, music. So it's more music. Okay. So here's one exercise na I'm about to teach you. This is actually an NLP pattern and this is called anchoring. Anchoring, what does anchoring means? It's, I'll give you a story. By the way, if you notice, I've been telling out stories because stories kasi, it goes directly to the unconscious mind. Kumbaga parang, alam mo yung, kunyari, pag may nagkwento sa'yo, uy, alam mo ba si ganito, may COVID yan, or si ganito, may AIDS yan, or yung kapitbahay natin, aswang yan. Kahit na sobrang bizarre na, teka, wala namang aswang ah. Pero kapag napalapit ka na, teka, baka totoo. It goes to your head. Kasi nga, stories goes to the unconscious mind. So, yung story, yung kay Ivan Pavlov, how anchoring works is, yung kay Ivan Pavlov, meron siyang experiment with his dog na niring niya yung bell, tapos binigyan niya pagkain. For days, ring siya ng bell, bibigyan niya pagkain, ring ng bell, bigyan niya pagkain. It runs for weeks. Then, after a few weeks, ginawa niya, nagring lang siya ng bell, he noticed na naglaway na yung aso. So, what it does, it means na pag ring niya ng bell, na-condition na yung utak ng aso that it's time to eat. And that also could apply in your work. So, it also could apply in human beings. So, gaya nga nung sinabi ko, yung may insomnia, pag higa nila, that's the time for them to think. Or pag gising sa umaga, pag upo sa CR, sumasakit na agad yung chan. So, na-anchor na. It also applies din sa, narinig mo yung theme song mo ng ex mo. Just thinking or just hearing yung theme song na yan, it brings back memories, di ba? So, now we're gonna use it to our advantage. So, it's called anchoring in NLP. I'd like you to have a trigger in mind. It could be holding a coffee. It could be, pinching yourself. Pipinch mong ganyan, or pipinch mong ganyan. It has to be something na hindi mo laging ginagawa, hindi mo laging hinahawakan. Also, it has to be something na easily accessible. Magagawa mo siya anytime. Hindi yung, when I touch yung back ng knee ko, ang hirap gawin nun kapag nakatayo ka, di ba? Try to have an anchor. An anchor nga, it's something na you can do. Pwedeng touch mo ito, or touch mo ito, or pwedeng kurutin mo sarili mo. And kasi what we're gonna do is, we're gonna imagine yung times wherein we're motivated, tas when we feel motivated, we'll do the anchor. Para siyang, alam mo yung, if you went to a funeral, tapos yung namatayan, okay na siya, parang tapos na siya umiyak, tapos nakikipagkwentuhan, tapos may dumating na bisita, tapos biglang hinawakan ulit yung likod niya, okay lang yan. Biglang out of the blue, umiyak ulit. Kasi nga, nasanay siya na anchor yung pag-touch sa back na it's time for her to cry again. So it could also be applied in you. So you have to think of an anchor. Pwedeng touch yung shoulder, pwedeng kurutin mo dito. Then once you feel it, then you'll feel yung motivation. Okay? So I'd like you to think of an anchor. Kung wala kayong maisip, pwedeng dito na lang. Touch mo yung sa part ng ear. So I'd like first to ask if you're ready. If you're ready, you could type in yes, so that we could do the exercise. Yes, Dean. Yes, Nani. Yes, Jeanette. Yes, nice. So here, I'd like you to first off, when I ask you to touch the anchor, touch the anchor. Kunyari, ito, touch the anchor. So I'd like you first to close your eyes and imagine a time wherein you're motivated. Imagine a time na motivated ka. It doesn't have to be na sobrang motivated ka. It has to be something na a time wherein motivated ka. So, umaga ba nun or gabi? Nasa loob ka ba ng bahay or nasa labas? Notice kung nasaan ka, ano yung ginagawa mo, bakit ka motivated. Ano yung naririnig mo? Ano yung nararamdaman mo? And notice, kailan yung point na naging sobrang motivated ka? Imagine nga yung time na naging motivated ka. Umaga ba nun o gabi? Nakaupo ka ba, nakatayo, nakahiga? Nasa loob ka ba ng bahay? And kailan yung point na motivated ka? And kapag naramdaman mo yung feeling ng nandun ka, motivated ka, do the anchor. Touch mo yung earlobe or kurutin mo sarili mo, do yung anchor. Okay. Now, open your eyes. If you've done the anchor, let's add in other anchors dun sa dito ulit. So, yung next na gagawin naman natin is a time wherein you would imagine a time wherein you're powerful, you feel powerful, you know that you can have it all. Yung feeling na for some strange reason na parang sobrang powerful mo, sobrang parang lahat kaya mong gawin or lahat kaya mong kunin, kaya mong makuha. Diba? So, and you'll still do the anchor. Same anchor din. Kunyari, nagsimula ka dito, ito ulit. Nagkurot ka, ikurot ulit. Anything. Or touch dito, it has to touch then again. Okay? Close your eyes and imagine a time wherein you felt powerful. It doesn't have to be sobrang powerful. It has to be something that you can remember that you felt powerful. For whatever reason it is. Tipong feeling mo kaya mong gawin lahat. Tipong you're pwedeng motivated ka pero feeling mo na lahat kaya mong makuha, kaya mong ma-achieve, kaya mong gawin. Yung feeling na you're powerful. Nasa loob ka ba ng bahay or nasa labas? Umaga ba nun, gabi, tanghali, nung naramdaman mo yung sobrang powerful ka? Nakaupo ka ba, tayo, nakahiga? Sino yung kasama mo nung panahon na sobrang powerful ka? Ano yung nararamdaman mo? Malamig ba, mainit? Ano yung naririnig mo? Ano yung sinasabi mo sa sarili mo? And yung point na sobrang powerful ka na, you feel sobrang powerful, do the anchor. And when you're done, I'd like you to blank your mind and imagine a time naman wherein you feel sobrang energetic ka. Imagine a time wherein you feel very energized, sobrang energetic ka for whatever reason it is. Pwedeng may natapos ka, may na-achieve ka, or na you're towards your goal, pero a time wherein sobrang energetic ka, sobrang dami mong energy. Notice, nasa loob ka ba ng bahay, nasa labas ka ba? Umaga ba nun, gabi, tanghali? Anong ginagawa mo? Bakit sobrang energetic ka? Sino yung kasama mo? And yung feeling na yung sobrang energetic ka, saan mo nararamdaman yung sa chest ba? Sa ulo ba? Sa buong katawan ba? Ano yung feeling nun? Malamig ba? Mainit? Parang kumukuryente? Parang umaapoy ka? Sumasabog? And when you feel yung sobrang energetic, do the anchor. Touch the anchor. Okay. Right? And when you're done, let's add in another one, another feeling. Lastly, it's remember a time na you fell down laughing. Sobrang saya ka. Sobrang tumatawa ka. When was the last time you fell down laughing? Or sobrang sumakit yung tiyan mo sa katawa or naiyak ka na sa katawa? When was the last time you felt it? Umaga ba nun? Gabi? Ano yung nangyayari nun? Nasaan ka? Sa loob ka ba ng bahay? Nasa labas? Sino yung tinatawanan mo? Ano yung tinatawanan mo? Notice kung ninaramdaman mo, ano yung pinagtatawanan nyo, yung tipong sobrang sakit ng tiyan mo, yung sobrang pwedeng gumulong-gulong ka na sa sahig sa sobrang tawa. Imagine a time where you fell down laughing, sobrang masayang-masaya ka. And notice yung feeling na sobrang masayang-masaya ka. When you feel yung point na sobrang tawa ka na ng tawa, touch the anchor. To the anchor. Okay? And now you can open your eyes and let's test. Okay? Everyone have done the anchor. You could type in yes kung nasundan nyo. Yes. You could also type in no kung hindi nyo nasundan. Para at least mas nag-get sa akin. Yes, yes, yes. Now, blank your mind. Okay? Tapos, subukan mo lang, touch mo yung anchor. Notice, does it inspire happiness? Does it inspire motivation, energetic, powerful? Does it inspire happy feeling? Type in 1 if nag-work yung anchor. It's just you touching it. 1. Danica, Lars, JCI, Jeanette. Uy, nice. Reyna Ling. That's actually good. It's actually something na you can do each time na before you're gonna work, you could do the anchor. Pwede rin na kapag tinatamad ka na, that's an energy boost, di ba? That's a instant motivation boost. So, na walang side effect kasi you're just doing that. Meron nga ako yan, dati gumawa ko ng anchor ng confidence dito. Tapos way back nung nag-aaral pa ako, 2008 ng NLP. By the way, I've been doing NLP for 12 years now and I've been holding regular clinic for 8 years. So, 2008, pinag-aaralan ko siya. Naggumawa ko ng anchor dito na confidence. Tapos after 4 years, nakalimutan ko na yung anchor. Tapos, nagpamasahe ako. Tapos, for a strange reason, minasahe niya, sobrang tulog na ako, minasahe niya dito. Tapos biglang nagising ako. Biglang confident. Tapos biglang iisip ko, anong nangyari? Tapos natandaan ko, nga pala may anchor ako dito. Tapos pinisil niya in a certain way ng kung paano ko pinipisil. So, biglang nag-spark. Kumbaga, it just means that it works at least for a few years unless hanggat ginagamit mo siya. Hanggat pinapalakas mo siya. And there would be times na feeling mo na nadadilute siya. And what you're gonna do is do the anchor again. Pakiramdam mo kung kailan ka naging motivated, touch the anchor. Kailan ka naging energetic, touch the anchor. Wash, rinse, repeat lang. Alright. So, these are motivation killers, things na nakagulo or nakahirap sa pagiging productive natin. Kung confused ka, feeling overwhelmed, or you're overthinking. So, kung confused ka, what you have to do is to ask questions. If you're feeling overwhelmed, make it so na what's the first step? What's the easiest step? Or what's the first step na kailangan mong gawin? Make it so na sobrang dali lang. Make it so na kung sobrang laki ng problema mo, ano yung pinaka-unang pwede mong gawin ngayon? And overthinking, one of the things na to overcome overthinking is to write down everything and have a plan for it. Also, have a method to deal with stress. Meron akong actually dati co-worker na malaking tao, malaking lalaki. Tapos natandaan ko sobrang toxic ng araw na yun. Sobrang ang daming Ang daming ginagawa. Sobrang busy kami lahat. Tapos, nakita ko siya, tataka ako. Nakangiti lang siya. Parang okay lang sa kanya. Sabi ko, ginagawa mo? Ba't sobrang okay ka lang? Ba't parang hindi ka na-stress? Lahat kami na-stress na eh. Umaga, crunch time pa siya. Okay lang eh. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, ito kasi yan. Tumatakbo sa utak ko. Mahams, my lovely lady love. Isipin mo, isang malaking lalaki, tapos lalaking lalaki, tapos kumata, mahams. It destroys the stress. It destroys yung overthinking, di ba? Have to have something that could destroy your stress. Pwedeng ganun, something na nakakalokohan talaga, or something na hindi mo seseryosohin, or something that could put you into a good mood. It could be music, it could be something na once na marinig mo, you're okay. Diba? Have to have a method that will deal with stress. I could be talking about it more sa stress management, pero just have to have something that could help you deal with stress. It could be dancing. It could be dancing my humps. So now here's what we're gonna do. Okay? I'll create the breakout rooms. Okay? Tapos, rooms din. So, dun sa rooms would be, let's have an accountability. Kasi most of the time nga, sabihin natin, gagawin ko to. Pero, karamihan, hindi mo rin siya nagagawa. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'll create a breakout room. Tapos, you just have to accept it. Tapos, what you're gonna do is, dun sa group na yun, sasabihin mo, you're gonna promise what are you gonna do for the next week. Ano yung gagawin mo for the next week? Kunyari, kailangan by next week, mapapasa ko na to. Or it could be next month. Or hindi, pero mas maganda next week. Ano yung gagawin mo next week? Ano yung promise na, ipapromise mo na, ito, kailangan kong gawin to. Gagawin ko to. Especially if you're working from home, mahirap kasi na-motivate tayo. So, here, once na pinramis mo kung ano yung gagawin mo, and sabihin mo rin, ano yung parusa mo kung hindi mo magawa to next week. Di ba? Pwede kang gumawa ng TikTok video, tapos isi-share mo sa mga kasama mo sa breakout room, or pwedeng libre mo sila ng grab food, or whatever it is. Pero it has to be something na masakit. It has to be something na mamomotivate ka na kailangan matapos ko siya by next week. Di ba? So, ulitin ko, yung gagawin nyo sa breakout room would be isa-isa, sabihin mo kung ano yung gagawin mo for the next week, and ano yung gagawin mo pag hindi mo siya nagawa. And gawin nyo din, you could add in yung mga tao dun sa group, tas you could create a group chat afterwards na nito. You could come back again sa kanila kung ano na yung TikTok video nila or kung malilibre na ba kayo ng milk tea or anything, di ba? So, with that, I'll open the breakout rooms. Okay? Everyone get there? I'll create the breakout rooms. For everyone, you could accept yung breakout room.
Sinilang na yan. Yan dyan sa...
Two minutes na lang, then I'll have them come back. Tapos na kayo?
Yes, we're done na po.
Yes, we're done, VP. Thank you.
Ayun na lang natin. 17, 14, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Hi,
Hi,
President.
Vicky.
Hi, Fred. Announce ko lang po later, may discussion din po regarding Q&A if there's any question for our speaker. So feel free po na magtanong or you can even leave your question on the chat box.
Ay, nabitin kami.
Bitin.
Then, yeah, you could. I'd like them to see TikTok videos.
I have one lang. May nagpasa sa akin ng TikTok, only one lang. Pero I don't know sina Prestars if they have their participation for TikTok.
Sorry, gas-gas na yung TikTok ko. Alam na ng mga buong ng people.
Sino Prestars?
Yun, para at least, di ba? Accountability of milk tea. So,
Press, dininintay yata yung sa'yo. Kagabi pa.
Choppy ka. Hello? Wala signal.
Alright.
Medyo,
With Friend Cleo daw, if you have, baka daw.
Biglang nabingi.
Nabibingi ako HT eh. Medyo choppy yung hina.
Kasi
Mahina
yata
signal.
may join yun. Hi, HT.
Biglang nag-drop
Open
yung
po kami
signal.
sa mga
Ano ba
ganon.
yun?
Ano ka ba? Nag-TikTok lang ako nung mid-year. First and last yun.
First
and last, OA.
ay, pwedeng i-copy natin. Nasaan na ba yun? Parang,
Ako, dinilit
Nasa
ko na yung
ano?
TikTok ko. Dinulot ko na.
ay,
Pero nandun
biglang
pa din
Sa
daw eh.
JCI Philippines. Nandun pa.
While
Nandun pa.
waiting, guys.
Alright. Actually,
Okay, announce ko din po, we are now 41.
While waiting for the
Hindi sila
others.
ata mag-join.
Wow, 41. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I also, acknowledge the presence of our AVP, Glenn. John
AVP
Bendy.
for Air.
Welcome po.
Hi, ABP.
Hi, AVP John, Glenn.
Hello.
Pag-TikTokin mo na rin yan.
AVP, baka daw
Magaling
po.
daw mag-TikTok yan. Baka lang, AVP.
Malupit.
Wala na.
Malupit yan, malupit.
Talented ka daw, AVP.
Nakakahiya na mag-TikTok. Ang gagaling ng mga nagti-TikTok dito sa si Press Lars pa lang
Magagaling
tsaka
po ba?
si RBP. Nakakahiya.
alright. Let's
Maybe we can have family photo first, VP Jason. Can we have a family photo first before we start?
sige.
In our...
Sige, kasi may iba na nada-drop din eh.
There's someone from Nigeria who just came in.
Nasaan po?
Can you confirm? There's somebody in the chat room.
Yes po, her name is Gloria.
Okay.
Oh,
Hi, Gloria.
Hello. I also, acknowledge from
Hi, Gloria.
Gladys Naigi.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
I have a question.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Who's gonna take a picture pala?
Wala pa po. Wala pa tayong family picture. Family picture talaga.
Oh, si Press Ace na dito rin. Hi, Press Ace.
Yes, press Ace.
Hello.
Hello.
Saan sila? Ba't hindi ko makita?
Pero ito, I found
Where are you guys? Pakita kayo. Pwede po pa-open ng iba ng video.
Yes.
We're going to have
ang
picture taking.
Stop the share. We can stop the share first so we can be accommodated in a big screen.
Sino po magte-take ng picture? Kami na ba?
Yeah, kayo na lang.
O ikaw na speaker?
Kayo na lang.
Sige, game. Okay.
Ako na.
You're the best.
Nandiyan pala si Henry.
Press Lars,
Already.
naka-off ko yung nyo. Yan.
Pipi Benji, hello. Already. 1, 2, 3. All right, second page. Already. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay, thank you po.
Thank you.
So we can go back now to VP Jason.
We're almost done din naman. Here's just parang a summarization. Right. Yeah. It's our small decisions, diba, that could define who we are, and you get what you allow. No one can make you unmotivated without your permission. It's the small decisions that you do that make who you are now. So with that, I thank you. So yeah, here's my number, and you could go to my website, jasonprincipe.com or hypnosisphilippines.com. So yun, I thank you. I hope you've learned enough, and see you again mamaya. We're in
Thank you, speaker.
meeting.
Thank you po.
Thank
you.
Yes, virtual
Ah,
club.
everyone, I would like to acknowledge the presence from JCI Indonesia, their NSG, Mr. Billy K. Hi NSG.
Hi.
Nasaan na siya?
Hi, NSG.
Oo.
Really K. Hi, NSG, really.
Nasaan na siya?
Where?
Yeah.
Yes, NSG. Hello.
Naka-off yung ano niya.
Okay, we can proceed, EVP Badit.
Yeah. Okay, we now proceed for our question and answer. Is there anyone who would like to ask regarding the topic that our speaker discussed earlier? Meron po ba? Maliban sa libreng bigas, joke. Joke lang. Baka lang po is there any questions po regarding the topic? Open po si speaker for Q&A. Wala po ba? Pwede po mag-raise hand. You can raise your hand as well. Or simply send your message to the chat box. Okay, if wala po, we're going to proceed to our games.
Hi, sorry,
Meron na to.
Yeah, meron.
Press Harry,
Meron pa.
press Harry.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Press Happy.
Hi, Press.
Hi. First and foremost, I would like to comment on CVP Jason for a wonderful presentation. Siguro ano na lang po, since we are mostly of us are working from home, what siguro tips na lang po on not how to be productive, but how we can motivate din yung mga kasama namin sa bahay. Kasi we're just here attending this kind of seminar. Pero how we can cascade yung natutunan namin sa family namin, for example, sa kapatid namin. Kasi hindi man sila open sa amin. I think and we feel na medyo nakakaramdam sila nung nararamdaman natin as of the moment po. So yun na lang siguro yung pinaka-main, not really question, but more on tips na pwede nyo pong ibigay.
Yun, to have a work desk or workplace.
It was a pretty heavy read. Yeah.
Just working. Yung isa din is, kasi people don't really ask. Kumbaga, people don't really change unless they really want it or unless na sobrang sakit na. So what you could do is either make them want it, by telling them, "Uy, alam mo ba, I've learned something. Actually, these things I've learned it from a speaker that is certified in the States to teach NLP. And ito, ang dami ko natutunan that really helps me to be more productive." Or you could ask them, how's work? Gaano ka motivated mag-work? Pag sinabi, hindi nga eh. Tapos palakihin mo pa yung problema. Ano nangyari kung hindi ka na motivate? Ano na yung naging effect nun sa'yo? Make it so na masakit or gustong-gusto niya?
Oh, wow.
Sulit na. You could tell him or tell her na, na meron akong natutunan na technique on how to be more productive. Then you could teach them yung anchoring, you could teach them yung creating a routine or anything. So, yeah.
Thank you po.
All right. That was a good.
Hi, Mar.
Is there anyone who want to ask regarding the topic, or do you have any questions?
Mini EPP.
Wala na po ba? Nothing? No one? No one who would like to ask? Okay, we will now proceed to our... Mga gusto niya po, pampakulo lang po namin para mabuhayan po tayo.
Before we proceed, EVP, let's recognize Press Bebs also.
Press Bebs.
Yeah, she's here. Thank you. Hi, Press.
Hi, Press. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Press Lars, Press Dean, and my fellow batcher. Good afternoon.
Press Ace also is here.
And Press Harry. Thank you.
Yeah. Sige, let's proceed na, Press. EVP.
Okay po. So, i-share ko lang. Una siguro, we're going to have one raffle of names. So, i-share ko lang yung screen ko. I already have.
Anong price?
Siguro ang price, muna, 100 for the, GCash, 100 pesos worth of GCash. Okay?
Honda CRV daw.
Honda CRV, grabe ha.
HT. Honda CRV.
Okay. Iano ko na po para makita nyo.
Ang ating ruleta?
Yes. Alright. It's JT Antolin.
Lahat yun nandiyan na.
JT Antolin po.
Wow.
Congrats.
Wow, nice. Thank you.
Congrats, JT.
Yeah. Kindly send your number, your
Yeah.
GCash number.
Kindly
Ano
send
yan?
your number to Press Lars, please po.
1,000
Thank you.
yan. Galing kay Press Nurse. 1,000 Press
Thank you,
Nurse,
Press.
Ano?
1,000.
1,000 daw, Press Lars.
Na, 100 lang.
100.
Nasaan
Congrats,
na si JT?
Congrats, JT.
Pakita po kayo.
QC Capital.
From QC Capital.
Hello po. Sorry, mabagal po net ko eh.
Okay lang.
Pero
Thank you,
buti na.
brother.
Okay, for our second game, siguro we have going to ask
Bring me?
Pwede, bring me. Pag sabi ka lang Press Lars, you can go ahead. This is a bring me, so the fastest that will show anything via screen will get 100 worth of GCash from Press Lars. Press Lars, you can proceed now for bring me.
So, first item we posted in the chat box or text box. Oldest photo of you.
Guys, all this photo.
Like what year? Like yung kunwari sa 2010 pa or 2005. Oldest.
Patandaan ba yan?
Patandaan ko.
Patandaan, grabe. Oldest photo.
Paki-share nyo sa sa group chat natin. Dito.
Oldest photo. Medyo serious.
Oldest scene na photo.
Sa HTML, maraming share.
Naku, mukhang may nanalo na.
Ano ba ang price natin for that oldest photo?
100 Gcash load.
100 Gcash, wow. Iba talaga ang Cavite South. Diba?
Does this work?
Wait,
yan.
Oldest photo saved in your phone. So
In your
kindly
phone?
send it now in our chat.
Naka-laptop ako eh.
So paano?
Namahiya, guys.
Ako nag-aanap na rin si AVP dyan ng picture, oh.
EVP.
Sorry.
EVP, nako.
By the way, ang nakaisip po nung si Press Lars, kay Press Lars po ay magreklamo.
What I mean is kung ano yung nakasave na photo, like kunwari,
Ayan, may nag-send, si Harry.
2005.
Si Press Harry nag-send ng picture. Pakicheck this mo.
Hindi ko ma-send, pero eto na, tada.
Pili ko, baby pa siya nito.
Anong year?
1980.
Well, talo na ako. Talo na ako ALC. Oh my God.
1985 siguro to.
Wala na. Talo na ako.
Wow.
Ako to.
1935 si HT.
Sino po yun?
Si ALC.
Oh,
Jeanette.
ALC. Okay.
Si Batch. Hi, Batch.
Ayun, nasa niya, camera nakita ko.
Sa camera.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Congrats. Congrats, Press Jeanette.
Thank you.
Okay, now guys, our guest from JCI Indonesia is now on for his webcam. I would like to take an acknowledge to JCI Indonesia National Secretary General, Mr. Willie K. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. I'm so sorry that I had to get away for a while from my meetings. And it's very amazing to connect with GCI Philippines, especially during this session. I met Bernadette from JCI Network from JCI European Conference. Thank you so much, EVP, for acknowledging. Come back to you, EVP.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Willie.
May special kay EVP ba dito?
Para nag-blooming yung eyes mo, EVP.
Uy, grabe ka. Don't say that. Grabe ka, you're bad.
Doon kami nabigyan ng memo na dapat pala may mga
No. Okay.
Thank you for joining, NSG. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Actually, we also have until, I think we have 2 sessions more. So I don't know if VP Jason is ready for his next topic.
Okay.
Jason.
Sure. May I also thank JCI President Lars. And do we have another president here, EVP?
Yeah. Yes, NSG. Press Dean Prado from JCI Quezon City Capital. We also have from JCI Imus Wagayway, Press Harry. Also, Press Bebs from JCI.
Hi, NSG.
Jared. Okay. We also have our AVP, Area Vice President,
Okay.
EVP Glenn Lee. And
EVP Glenn. Okay. Hello to every president. I might didn't get all the names, but I hopefully we can connect and looking forward to have a talk so we can collaborate between the GCI Indonesia and GCI Philippines if it's possible. And we welcome to have any shared project or joint project together for the better impact. Thank you.
okay,
Thank you so much, NSG.
All right. Is VP Jason is okay for next topic?
The next topic would be James Lee.
Ay, lahat na pala yun. Lahat na.
Hindi.
So, in all na yun?
Si-
Are you done for that? Okay.
And after that, I would be speaking again.
The last topic, I believe EVP is the effective meeting. So the next speaker would be James Lim.
Okay. I will give the floor to my other moderator, EVP Neil, for welcoming our next speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our next speaker has 15 years of experience as a sales professional from different fast-moving consumer goods such as Unilever, Fonterra, Perfect Even Mel, and Pfizer Incorporated. He has 5 years as experience as a integrated marketing course professor in the University of Asia and Pacific. He has 6 years of owning 2 businesses, Sterling Enterprise and AG Terra Ventus Incorporated. He's also a freelance business sales consultant, helping local fast-moving consumer goods and micro, small, medium enterprises. He's also a certified sales trainer of Engage Consultancy, former Glendenning Consultancy Group. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our new members, Mr. James Slim.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, bro.
Hello. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Lim again. So as introduced by Neil, I'll be talking about trends and tips for entrepreneurs for this new normal. So it will just be a free-flowing, guys. Okay. Before I begin, I want everyone again to utilize Slido. So please go to your web browser, Safari. Go to www.slido.com and the event code is JCI123. Okay, because later I'll be asking for some questions and I will ask some answers from the audience. Okay, so let me know if you guys can access it now. You can just type in the chat box yes if you have already accessed
Sir
it.
James, can you make your volume a little higher? We just hear you so clearly.
Let me try again. Let me just switch my audio. There.
Okay, thank you.
Hello? Is this better? Is this better?
Still choppy.
Yes, it's okay now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so can everyone please access again Slido? The event code this time is JCI123. The event code is JCI123. Got it?
Yes.
So I've learned Slido through HD Menen. Thank you, HD, for teaching us this one. It's a very helpful tool. Okay, so I'll start. So I'll be talking about tips and trends for the new normal, guys, for entrepreneurs. So I'll have two objectives here for this talk. First one is to for audience to learn what is happening in the industry, both in the country and externally, or from other countries. And the other one is to let the audience leave the session with some practical, actionable, right insight, how you can now orient yourself at the same time your businesses through this pandemic. And this will be my content. So I'll walk you through step by step on this one. Okay. Now, sorry, I put up a question on this one on the next slide. It means, do you guys miss this one? Okay. Nami-miss nyo ba ito? Or do you now miss this event? Starting off this one, going to the beach, right? I think summer passed by and everyone was at home. We haven't maximized, hindi natin na-maximize the summer event, wherein usually we always go out with our family, go to the beach this summer. And unfortunately, because of what's happening, hindi tayo nakalabas. So we weren't able to get out. Ba? May Boracay, lahat cancel for this event. Next one. This one. Nakakamiss. Doing exercise outside, going to the gym if it's part of your routine. And ibang-iba na siya right now. Right? Nakakamiss siya. What else? This one. Did anyone join the U2 concert? Right, here in Manila? I have a friend who attended this concert and even took them 3 hours just to get to the concert. And yung ibang events natin, yung mga, I think big events have been canceled. Maraming concerts na cancel for this one. So these are some of the items na nakakamiss. What else? For the ladies, shopping. Right? Some of my friends pa na I know, they would even set a schedule going outside with their friends, to buy their favorite clothes or what's new in terms of trend. Next one, family events, big events, right? Now lahat cancel. We cannot even have a human interaction properly with our loved ones. Some of them we meet online. So these are some of the challenges. And our current reality right now, guys, is we have this, right? And we all know when it started. I won't go to some history for the past few months, what happened. And we all know that this is now the current present time that we're in. There is a pandemic going on and it really affected our lives. Now, I want to ask first the audience through Slido, what runs in your mind when we say the new normal? Can you please answer using Slido? So I'll post the question now. So please let me know what runs in your mind. Face mask, okay. Distancing, change, social distancing. Okay, I've received 7 answers now. Alcohol, shifting to online. Okay. Quarantine, no gathering, no events, etc. Okay, 12 answers now. Change is a big word now for everyone. CCQ, social distancing. Okay, 15 answers. Any more? JCI is not live anymore. What does that mean? Online, okay. Adaptive, etc. Okay. Any more? Okay, 15 answers now. Okay, I did the same questioning, guys, to a certain group, to my class, and even to my colleagues. Zoom, yeah, online interaction. And this is what I usually got in terms of a result. Okay, let me just share my screen again. Okay, this is the usual answer that I got, guys. So coming from the audience that usually I gathered, these are the top terms coming from the different Filipinos, or this is how Filipino thinks or say how they feel during the new normal. Some say we are at a survival mode. Diba? It's a common word that we've been hearing a lot, especially on the news or for people. Some of them have this fear. Baka mahawa ako. I have this fear when I go outside, even lumalabas ako even if I go outside during the mall or even for work. I have this kind of fear. Frustrated. Some are already bored and they want to go out. Work from home has been a common thing for everyone or majority of us. Some have this courageous mindset wherein iniisip na they're thinking, wala lang yan. I won't get affected. Okay? Some say now we have more time for family, unlike before that we're just stuck in the traffic, sayang yung oras. So now we can see this one. And this one has been some of the common things. I think even a while ago, I was hearing some of us has been saying na, oh, TikTok time. Can you share your TikTok? I've also seen some data na sinasabi nag-increase. There is a significant increase in online gaming, vlogging. If you can see, there are a lot of vloggers now that has been arising during this incident. So that's how people think and say. And if that is how people think, it also reflects to our response. If we will look in terms of our response, a lot of us are responding to this way. First one is we are more cautious of our health and well-being. So if you will just observe, guys, every one of us has to wear PPEs. Some of us might be wearing it medyo exaggerated pa nga. Some of us might look like an astronaut pa, di ba, balot na balot, going to the moon. Some of us exaggerated din yung way of taking a bath. Every now lalabas lang, now we'll take a bath again. Di ba? Routinary. There are some of keep on doing that one. What else? The next one is this one, work from home. A lot of us adjusted to this one, or even for our kids, even for this mga bata right now, or even for us individuals, we're now shifting from working from home now to e-learning, right? We now deep dive on the digital stage wherein lagi tayo nasa platform. And it links as well because we have more time, di ba? Or we're forced to shift that way. Next one, digital platform. As I said a while ago, right now, I think sobrang trendy siya this time. We're looking at digital platform. There are a lot of online bloggers, online gamers. Even for us, I think our pastime now are some of us are Netflix. Diba? If we will observe, we sometimes finish more episodes now compared than before, where we're just stuck at the traffic. Next, outdoor to indoor. So I posted here a picture of one of our friend Alfred. If you can see, for an outside activity or outdoor activity, going to the gym, now we're doing it indoor. Dancing with a group, no. Sometimes we put up TikTok where we can see some images or reflection of us dancing on trees, right? So these are some of the shift or responded how people they behave. Next, in-home cooking and dining, right? Before we usually go out, celebrate with our family, eat outside, or even on a basic lunch, we go outside, eat on the restaurant. Now, we shifted at home. Some of us had this behavior pa nga sa sobrang dami nating oras. May nakadiscover pa or dami nag-vlog in terms of dalgona, right? Nauso yan for a time, right? So if we will look at that in terms of how people react or behave, this reflects the industry, guys. Okay? And if we will look at the industry, how did these industries in terms of our work impacted or even the businesses? I'll show you some trends I have gathered. Some data are coming from different agencies, media agencies, and some are from Kantar. So I'll share one by one. So first one, that's the change that the industry take was there was a redefining in terms of back to work. If you can see, every time we now go to an office, to a mall, or a certain facility, you will really see a lot of temperature check. There will be a check in terms of your, they will put you hand sanitizers, alcohol, to really make sure that everyone is safe, everyone is aware that there is a virus and everyone is safe as soon as you enter the building. And one example here, if you can see, a lot of tech companies or big organizations that invested on these machines to really make sure that they really screen everyone, to make sure that everyone is safe. So that is one of the change that you will see. Next one, there has been a redirecting of manpower, if you will notice. So a lot of big organizations, big businesses now are shifting their employees to their other businesses just to really make sure that everyone is covered. At the same time, everyone has their jobs maintained. Some of the practice that I've seen here, and as an example, is from Singapore Airlines. So having an impact on their industry, especially for travel, they shifted their 300 cabin crew going to as a care ambassador. Locally, if you will ask, may mga gumawa niyan, guys. I have a friend who works in a hotel industry owned by San Miguel. Now they shifted them going to as a frontliner just to really care about some of their businesses. Or Watson's here, it's a renowned, or we all know Watson's is. It's a beauty stores or pharma stores. They're now shifting their beauty advisors, now going to the back end just to really cater on the logistics, yung delivery order online. Those people are now helping in terms of pick and pack of the materials or those stuff now in order to their back end. So there has been a lot of change right now. And worst cases, we can see a lot of sense wherein they really adjusted. May mga tinamahan in terms of losing their jobs. But this is what's really happening now as a trend. Next one. It's similar to the first trend that I showed you, but this one is more particular to businesses. You will see a lot of stores now doing coronavirus-proof stores. You will see a lot of stickers on the floor doing social distancing. Again, it leads to the part wherein we just want to be cautious as part of a human being, as our behavior. You will see a lot of acrylic cover, even on the banks, on the malls, when doing transaction. So even when you pay as your cash, you will see a lot of trays, right? I think lahat tayo, majority of us have been seeing this one, even on the plastic. Even a basic sari-sari store, you will see a plastic cover in front, diba? Just to really be cautious about it. And I think this is one of the things that will continue to move on. What else? Commitment recovery efforts. This one, a lot of us might see this one, wherein the big conglomerates now are really shifting their efforts to really help the community, shifting their efforts in terms of helping people by providing food. I think ginawa to ng big companies. Now they're either adjusting the rates or either providing support just to really to improve the community. One example here is one organization really offered food for Wuhan Zoo. Kasi wala na, no one is going inside the zoo right now, going to events or certain zoo activities because takot nga, they have this fear. So even here locally, we have been doing it. I think big organizations are really funding just really to support the community, even for our farmers, fishery. So we expect this trend to continue. I think this is already happening globally. Next, or there has been a reinforcing of value proposition. What does this mean? A lot of companies now, when they are selling a certain service or a product, if you will notice, they are now shifting, since yung mga tao, people now are thinking about health, protection, being choose. They are now shifting to what's the benefit of their product, talking about what's the benefit for the people. Let us say one example that I've seen was a lot in the vitamins area, wherein they, to protect your health, focus on following vitamins ingredients. So I think it's really focusing on that side, to focus on the benefit. Okay, so if you have your business, you have your brand, I think you really have to focus on the value proposition, what your products offer for people to notice that. Next one is redefine tentpole occasions. I think a lot of occasions now, speaking of event, have really shifted. Here, one example that to focus on this one is like this one, diba? Yung activities natin for JCI, when we do trainings before, we usually gather on a big group, a place, an event wherein we just sit and listen. Now we're doing it digitally because that's how we see it. We want to be careful, getting infected or may mahawa. So ganun nangyayari in terms of change. One example here is in, I think, in the US, Mountain West College. Instead of doing a basketball tournament, now they are shifting to esports. They're doing Mobile Legends tournament rather than doing sports. So ganun siya nag-evolve. May example pa, one example here is graduation. Rather than doing it live graduation, now they're shifting to online. they did Minecraft graduation thing to really acknowledge lang to do that event. So ibang-iba. In Chipotle, they did a dining wherein they send food to everyone, but virtually they will eat it sabay-sabay. So just to have that kind of event. So really, there has been a change in terms of the events, how you now conduct an event. So that is some of the trends that will continue to happen, and we should expect that. Next one, in terms of content and commerce, in terms of the business, there has been a lot of shift as well. Unlike before, when you go to a store, you will see someone who's telling you what's the benefit of a product or introducing you a product, even for sampling of a food or a certain drink, hindi na pwede, right? We are now shifting, or now we are redefining it in terms of commerce. I think now we can see a lot of trends wherein a lot of KOLs or key opinion leaders that has been popping out in terms of the online media, YouTube, telling about the product, unboxing has been a common thing as well for us. And that is something na we will expect if you really want to drive your product or your certain services, sorry, ganun na siya mangyayari moving forward. And these following individuals will really have an impact to your business. So these are some of the trends that we're seeing. Now, after discussing all of this one, as we can see, yes, people are now adjusting. You can see a lot of adjustment with how people are now behaving. If you can see, a lot of online concert now has been done in Zoom. We do our own haircutting on our own with the help of other people. TikTok, wearing face masks, and some of the help from some celebrities, right? But if we will check, in terms of industry, at a reality, some industries are really doing well, and some are challenged. And I think some of us would agree, these are some of the industries that are doing well, and these are some of the industries that are quite challenged right now in terms of our time. So first one is doing well. We all know pharmaceutical. I used to work with Pfizer. So I have been talking to some of my friends in the industry, and they've been sharing really na grabe. Their sales now has been skyrocketing for the past 3 months. And I think they will end the year earlier compared versus their target. That's how they're performing. Utilities and system providers, I think if you will just look at your telephone bill or even your electricity bill, we all know that it's doubled in terms of the numbers, right? Delivery services, if you can see a lot of Lalamove, Grab drivers, Mr. Speedy, it has been popping out because those are the industries that are benefiting in terms of people staying at home. Next one, banking, e-commerce, and system development. I've been seeing a lot of development on the bank side wherein they're now catering e-commerce to small businesses. Kasi right now, if we will see as a trend, nabigla lahat ng industry. Everyone was forced to adjust given that everything shut down. Everyone has to stay at home. So online transaction has been increasing. And some of the businesses are not ready for this kind of change. That's why the online banking or some of the banks have been introducing some of the tools, system to really help these businesses. Even example, even with my parents, their businesses right now, they have to adjust. They're not techie, but they are forced because of what's really happening, and they have to invest on that side as well. Next one is, I think, as I said a while ago, digital and online has been increasing. So this includes YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc. So a lot of online and digital platform has been increasing. So some of the industries that are challenged, I think everyone can notice this one is retail, fashion, and restaurant industries has been impacted. Travel and airline industries. I have a friend as well who works in AirAsia. She used to tell me that the average flight that AirAsia has been doing around 1,000 plus, but now it's down to 50. And that if it's scaring people, now it's scaring PPEs or some of the items, hindi na tao. So that's how big drastic impact is. Next one, resorts, entertainment, sports, fitness, and events. If you can see, a lot of gyms are now closed. So even imagine yung mga tinamaan doon ng mga individuals, yung mga trainers, etc. Even the mga those people who are into events, wedding, preparation, planning, everything was impacted. I have seen a lot of friends of mine who work in that industry who has a lot of cancellation of events for this year. So because of the uncertainty. Construction, real estate, and housing development, it's the same because of no one wants to proceed with the plan because of their being careful. So wala, na-hold lahat. Or if some na nagtuloy, they continue to do it, they're incurring now a shortage or a cut in terms of manpower because I think now hindi nila pwedeng sabay-sabay mag-work yung mga tao ng magkakatabi because they have to practice social distancing. So that's what's happening with our industry right now. And what behaviors do we expect in the next coming months? Ito, it's pure science, and short term, we're looking at the next 12 to 18 months. We expect people to continue to practice social distancing. Okay. Next one is we will learn to accept living with a virus present in the community. Again, we will highly rely on the discovery of the vaccine. So based on this one, it's pure science, I think, coming from my friends also with Pfizer. I think not anytime soon, maybe after 18 months pa siya, before pa siya mag-commoditize yung vaccine. Next one is people will continue to exercise caution. So in terms of long term, this one is 18 months and up. It's still uncertain. We're not yet sure what will happen. Again, highly reliant siya on the discovery of the vaccine. I think one common thing that will be sustainable after 18 months is digitalization and e-commerce will now be one of the new normal. And if we entrepreneurs are seeing this one, I want to pose this question to everyone is, as an entrepreneur, how do you think we should react? If I will ask. So I'll pose again a Zoom question. I want to ask everyone, how do you think we should react if we are entrepreneurs? So I posted already a question. Niche. Digitalize everything.
Tinatanggal mo naman yung mga ano, mga keypad eh. Pag ginawa natin, pag yan talaga naman
Adapt and adjust. Anyone else? New competencies, adjust, digitalize everything, online platform. Anyone else? So as a mindset, what do you think we should be looking at? Okay. Strategize. Anyone else? Plan. Okay. So may mga commonalities. Resilience. Planning, plan. Hug to hug. Hug to hug. Okay, anyone else? Sige. Let me go back to my scene, my slides. So if we're seeing this trend in the next few months, so the question is, how should we react as an entrepreneur? I think one thing runs on my mind, and I think we need to be resilient. We need to be resilient as an entrepreneur. Kasi why? Because we have people who are relying on us, and coming from PLDT data, guys, 99.52% of the businesses here in the Philippines are micro, small, medium enterprise. So if we will look at it, technically the country is also relying on us indirectly in terms of recovering this country. So it's also up to us, not only because of the people that we have or who are relying on us are people under us, but overall, ganun kalaki yung impact on us as a entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, moving forward, I think we need to focus on our core. So have this entrepreneurial mindset wherein first one is focus on why you created the business. So hindi natin, we can't afford to be dragged away of all of these challenges. We really have to focus on this one. So first one is focus on why you created your business. Why are you here at the first place? Next one is find your motivation. Did you start this business because of your family? Because of what? Because you want to help a certain group or what? What type of motivation are you looking at? What solutions are you trying to resolve by your service or product? So, bakit mo simulan? What type of solution are we really looking at? So, isipin natin siya. Always go back on that area as a part of our core as an entrepreneur. Kasi at the end of the day, we have to be resilient. Then, after that, I'll be showing you some tips on what we can do as an entrepreneur. So, I call it business evolution. It contains 3 parts. First one is refresh, re-energize, and re-engage. So, the first part is refresh. What does this mean? It is the critical or initial steps wherein you have to realign now your business, going or aiming for growth. Okay, I'll talk into details later. What do I mean by refresh? Step on a part per part. Next one is re-energize. This one is identifying the right infrastructure, how you will now support your business effectively. And the third part is we now have to strengthen or re-engage, strengthening our engagement to our target customer, to our target clients, to our proposition or value proposition of our product or service. Now, focusing on refresh, it's basically as mentioned to you, mentioned by everyone or karamihan kanina, is more on focusing on business planning. We have to replan, okay? And these are some of the parts that you can look at. First part is your customer, your consumer, or your client. So how are they doing? Let's try to check how are they now doing, what adjustments have taken place for them. Nahihirapan ba sila on a specific item wherein we can provide solution? Or ano yung nagiging challenge nila right now from acquiring our services or our product? Next one is category and industry. So let's check what's happening in the industry and how can we penetrate or expand pa to other category na complementary sa business natin or service natin. Let's also check how is our competitor doing. Are they coping up well? What did they do? Anong ginagawa nila or what can we do to do better? Third one is channel. Let's observe what other channels we can attach or we can go into. Some say kanina digital. Yes, that's one channel. Kung before you just stock in the store or in a specific area, you want to shift it somewhere else, then let's do that. Yun yung other channels that we want to target to be more effective. Then the last part is always go with profitability, wherein it will be our guiding principle. So ang hirap lang kasi diba without understanding ano yung profitability measures that we're looking at. So it boils to planning. Now, some of the tools that I will show you are common. I think one of the tools that you can utilize in terms of planning are SWOT analysis. I think it's very familiar. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Wherein SWOT, strength and weakness focus on the internal side of the organization, and opportunity and threats are focusing on the external side of the organization. What can you tap in as an opportunity and threat? Okay. Now, that's one tool. And the next one is, I'll be sharing also, this is quite new pa, business model canvas generation. So you can also use this framework in doing your planning. It includes cost, revenue stream, customer segments, customer relation, and etc. Siguro to better explain the part per part for business model canvas, I prepared here a video that you can use, you can view. It's a 2-minute video lang. So please check lang guys if you have, you can hear the audio.
An organization's business model can be described with 9 basic building blocks: your customer segment, your value proposition, proposition for each segment, the channels to reach customers, customer relationships you establish, the revenue streams you generate, the key resources and key activities you require to create value, the key partners, and the cost structure of the business model. But it's not sufficient to just enumerate the 9 building blocks. What you really want to do is to map them out on a pre-structured canvas. This is what we call the business model canvas, a tool that helps you map, discuss, design, and invent new business models. Let's briefly go through the 9 building blocks, starting with the customer segment. These are all the people or organizations for which you're creating value. This includes simple users and paying customers. For each segment, you have a specific value proposition. These are the bundles of products and services that create value for your customers. The channels describe through which touch points you're interacting with customers and delivering value. Customer relationships outline the type of relationship you're establishing with your customers. The revenue streams make clear how and through which pricing mechanisms your business model is capturing value. Then you need to describe the infrastructure to create, deliver, and capture value. The key resources show which aspects are indispensable in your business model. Key activities show which things you really need to be able to perform well. The key partners show who can help you leverage it. Since you won't own all key resources yourself, nor will you perform all key activities, then once you understand your business model's infrastructure, you'll also have an idea of its cost structure. So with the business model canvas, you can map out your entire business model in one image. This works for startup entrepreneurs just as well as for the most senior executives.
Okay. Did everyone see it? Okay. Sige. Sorry. So after preparing your plans, now we go to re-energize. So this now talks more on the internal process that we need to improve on as a business, or how we can now start executing internally. So first part is on the leftmost is identifying the right structure. So after doing the planning, now we have identified ano yung nakita nating channel that is opportunistic for us. We have now identified what other assets or investment that we need to pull into the business. That's the part wherein we need now to start doing it. So identify the right structure. Let us say you plan to go to digital. So ano yung kailangan ninyong infrastructure for that one? Do you need new people to go to digital to do vlogging for you? Or do you need to invest now new laptops? Do you now have to invest on internet? So you have to identify it in that way. Next part is position the right candidate. It can be either you now hire people or you now adjust internally your organization. Right now, I think for entrepreneurs, there are some advantage for this one because there are a lot of manpower. Sorry, may nag-raise ng hand. Sige. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Sige. So, I'll just answer the question on the Q&A portion. If you have any questions, please list it down first. Okay. So the next part is, again, position the right candidate. So I think it's advantageous for us now. I think there are a lot of talent pools that are available right now because of the adjustment in the industry. So those are some of the stuff that we might want to look at, positioning the right candidate. The next or the third one is create system for automation, for effectiveness, also for efficiency. Wherein once we start establishing or reformation our internal processes, gusto natin siya na automated na, mas madali for everyone and easier and faster, wherein it's very common across all. So it can be upgrading into system or automating yung mga files natin na dikit-dikit na siya, madali siyang basahin. Fourth one is digitalization of the business. It's either you go to social media strategy. As I mentioned a while ago, people now have more time. So imagine if you are in the mall, naka-queue up ka, you're waiting for your number to be called. usually behavior ng mga tao, we're looking at social media, we're looking at YouTube, Facebook. So you might want to change your approach, going to digital, or might be your materials inside the store. You might want to have a different way to communicate it. Might be a banner, your merchandising materials inside the store. So that is one of the examples. Then e-commerce payment. So it's something that we need to shift, knowing that people are now cautious on this one. Baka pwede siya in terms of investing to the bank or doing a non-cash payment. How people will make it easier for them to access our products at the same time they can purchase it via their card or credit. So yun siya. Sige. Next one is re-engagement. This one now talks about more on your customer, client, and consumer. So it's again linking to the first planning side, but this one is focusing more on now engaging with them externally, wherein kaharap na natin sila. So let's try to understand their current behaviors and challenges. What are their current predicaments? Let's check how can we help them. Then after that, let's start getting their attention. That we have this kind of offer, that we have this kind of service, we have this kind of product that we can engage them with, and catching their attention can be it's either via online, it's either via on a different approach. So there are a lot of ways to catch their attention. Naalala niyo, do you guys remember what Ligo did? Diba? Even Coke, they shifted their efforts in terms of doing digital. Rather than doing media, they shifted to digital or donating it to really help the community. So those are some of the catch. I think for me it's a strategy. It's a good strategy, good tactics that they did. It really catches people attention, right? Third, creating business by providing relevance. Again, as I mentioned, part of the trend, people now are looking what's in it for them. What's in terms of the benefit as a person. If it does improve my health, it provides me immunity, then good, all good. What does your product contain? Or even yung mga binibenta natin, mga services. Yun siya. Okay, that's the business evolution that I'm suggesting or tips for entrepreneurs. So refresh, re-energize, and re-engage. So there. Now, in summary for this one, people have more time and looking for relevance. The next one is digitalization and e-commerce now are highly shifting the behavior of the people. And the third one is businesses and brands need to act fast and with purpose. I think right now is a good opportunity as well wherein we can now move as an entrepreneur. I think ang naging impact for big organization now is because they are big. Some of their assets are now also stuck with that one. They can't move or kasing agile as a micro, small, medium enterprise unlike us. So it opens up really some opportunities for us to be innovative and really prepare for that as an entrepreneur. Okay, so that's it for me. I open now the floor for Q&A. Do anyone have a question? Hello?
Okay, guys, the floor is now open for question and answer for our speaker regarding the topic discussion earlier. No, I think there is no question at all, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. Sige. Baka they're just shy to ask questions. I'll just post my email and number later. Yes?
You can also drop your questions if you're shy to broadcast it via chat box. Okay, speaker, you can now proceed.
Okay. So what I will do now, same as with VP Jason, I'll now break the individuals into breakout rooms. So this is some of the items. Maybe introduce yourself first, background and business. At the same time, what's your aha moment with the topic? What items will you start, stop, continue to manage the new normal? What opportunities have you seen for your business as well? So some points lang, key points on this one. So I'll be giving 5 minutes maybe for the breakout group, 5 to 10 minutes for this one. Okay?
I'll create the breakout room for you, Tama.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you, EVP.
Automatic na. I'll create it on automatic.
All right.
Okay.
How many minutes do they have pala?
Ha? Okay. Sige, kukoffee muna ako. Tingin ko lang, huwag yun magluluto muna ako ng dinner. Luto mo. Okay lang, tulungan mo akong magluto. Para may gulay tayo mamaya.
Right.
Everyone's done?
Yes, I believe, Brother James.
Ayos. Okay. So, any feedback? Kamusta? How was your breakout? I hope nakapag-sharing lahat. Everyone was able to share ano yung mga next steps or pwedeng gawin nila for their businesses or even yung aha moment moving forward. So if you have any feedback, just let us know. For those who have any more questions or you want to ask something, please do send me an email or text me or send me a message through my number. So here are my contact details. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Let me know pag may mga hindi clear. I have a tendency to talk fast. So let me know lang if you have any questions or you want to go to a certain particular topic. That's it for me. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Direct James.
Member
Thank
lang
you
po.
so much.
Ay!
Member lang.
Member lang po.
Sobrang galing kasi.
Sabi kasi kagabi,
James.
last night kasi sabi ni VP Jason direct. So nakidirect na rin kami.
Okay.
Ibang James yan, ibang James yan direct.
A virtual clap for GCI member James Lim of City Capital. Thank you so much.
All right. So another game, Press Lars.
Grabe, puro game talaga yung gusto nung
Yeah,
naman.
Wait lang,
The
Press.
energy will not.
Pasigit lang ako.
Yeah,
Before we proceed to the game, kindly check the chat box. I posted the link
Okay.
for the registration of effective meetings sa gci.cc. Just look for the trainer, Mark Jason Principe. Alabas na yung training. So don't forget to register for your PEA compliance. Thank you.
Thank you, Presley.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're on it already. So guys, kindly click register sa link ng nasa chat box.
Okay, register. Everyone should register. I don't know regarding the international if they're going to register also.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
They can. If they want to, yeah, they can.
All right, so I just registered. I hope my kind of support to
NSG.
Thank you, NSG.
Thank you so much, NSG. Really, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Anytime.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So EVP, can we proceed to our
Rouletas?
Yes, the rouletas.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
1 million Gcash.
Oh my God, 1 million. We cannot do that. We're not that rich, RBP.
Baka si Capitol. Mayaman si Capitol eh.
Chappy ka, Chappy. Chappy.
Teka lang,
Okay.
na.
So our third winner for GCash is...
Teka lang.
Okay.
Naka-broadcast kasi yung aking naka-open yung aking messenger. Okay. Share, I'm going to open my screen again. So, okay. This is the ruleta.
Sino kaya?
Oh, it's Joyce, Miss Joyce of JCI Tagaytay.
Wow.
Congratulations!
Okay, Miss Joyce, kindly leave your number so that President will give you the 1 million worth of GCash. No, it's a joke. Just only 100 pesos.
Joyce of GCI Tagaytay.
Thank you, Shopee.
Thank you, Shopee.
Thank you, Chappy.
Okay. Wrestlers, are we going to have a trivia or bring me
Trivia question.
Okay,
from
trivia.
From Batch Dean Prado, do you have any trivia question there?
I have here one.
Oh, meron ka pala EVP, so you can like share it to
Okay. for those who listen in the previous topic,
Of James or of VP
both of James and VP Jason, I want to know, my question is, what is the tool that they going to use during the presentation for question answer? What tool they use?
Okay. Pwede ba sumali kami, no? Hindi.
Siyempre hindi, president na kayo, ano ba kayo?
Oh, there. Oh, Danica, I think.
Yay!
Okay, Danica got it.
Alam ko na, pinaghandaan na talaga yan eh. Gusto niya talaga. She really wanted the 100 pesos.
Ito na nga. My God, so easy question. Okay, I'm gonna
That's nice. She wanted that.
I'm gonna make another hard question so that everyone will think.
Thank you, Danica.
Congrats, Danica.
Thank you po. Thank you so much po.
Kindly PM me your GCash account.
Okay po.
Congrats.
Thank you po.
Congrats, Danica.
One more?
Wait.
Yeah, one more. Before we
One more, I guess. I guess for item, I think we're gonna use our item press for next game.
The GCI pin, right?
Yes, press. You can.
Wow. Can you give us also that as a raffle prize?
Wait, I'm gonna post.
Your
I'm gonna share
GCI
our poster for that. For pin. Wait lang, guys.
Promotion lang po, promotion.
Promotion.
PM me for details.
Here's
How
the
much
JCI pin. Yan. So, you can ask the question na Presners if you have.
Bring me ba? Bring me or question?
I think bring me. You can go for bring me game.
Maybe RVP Jenkal has something to
share. Okay,
share
go
for
ahead.
Bring me.
RVP Jinx for the bring me.
Okay. Bring me...
Nakakatakot yung kay.
Okay, sige. Bring me...
Ano muna yung price? JCI pin, no?
GCI pin yung prize.
JCI pin.
Oh. Okay.
JCI pin.
Headband.
What?
So you have to ship it. Headband daw.
Headband.
Ano daw?
Headband.
Headband. Kahit i-show na lang, kahit ipakita na lang sa video, ito yung makikita naman natin eh. Kasi naman naka-on yung video. If you have headband.
Ito na.
Wala akong headband.
Pizza. Headband.
Wala dahil host ka, di ka kasali.
Sige.
I have
Ayun,
na
no?
here. Oh.
Si Jeanette, si...
Meron?
I have na. Oh, nakasuot pa
Ayan.
nga. I wear it right now.
Ito si President.
Alright, sige.
Ang galing.
Sige.
Who's the winner?
Press
Pick the winner.
I think Press Bebs.
Press Bebs. Is that right?
Hindi ko sure kung sino na una kung si Press Jeanette o si Press
Oo
Pebs.
nga eh, hindi ko na nakita.
Hello, my prize.
Ay, ano na, I
Maybe you
consider,
can go on bato-batopi.
sila kay, ano na, kay press na.
Ay, nag-wave na si Press Jeanette. Nag-wave.
Suot ko na lang siya.
Si Press Jeanette nanalo na kanini.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah ako. Si Press Pebs na. Si Press
Congrats,
Pebs.
Press Bebs! For winning the
Yay!
1 million catch load.
Congrats.
Wow, ang galing. Kaya lang nasa Bacolod ako.
Press Bebs, we will ship the JCI pin sooner.
Thank you, Press.
Oh, we have to acknowledge the presence of Executive Director Alfred Francisco in the house.
Hello po.
Baka mag-push up yan.
Baka mag-push up ka, wag naman ha.
Wala, talo kay Press Ace. Si Press Ace ang magaling.
Where are you?
Lumabas eh. Lumabas si Press Ace. Nag-BRB na lang siya.
Hindi, dito ako.
Ay, ayun pala! Where are you, Edie?
Okay, so
Nasa
next.
umuulan eh, hindi ako makalabas.
Okay.
Okay, next na. What's
Okay,
next?
next is for our last session.
Effective meetings, right?
Yeah, regarding effective meeting, please welcome again VP Jason from JCI Capital, QC Capital.
Yun. Welcome again for the effective meetings. If I were to give you a disclaimer, I would be making it a little bit faster because if you notice it's raining here and I might get disconnected. And also I've noticed that we've been free from 1 p.m. and some people are unable to get their attention for 4 hours. So I'd make it faster. So, but before I start, I'd like you to register in jci.cc. You could go to jci.cc and register on the effective meetings. Right? So, there, as you've noticed, we've been talking about business, we've been talking about productivity. Now we're gonna be talking about effective meeting. So we all know that we only have 24 hours a day and 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute. So we all have limited time, and we have to make that time valuable because time is the most important limited resource that we have and we can offer or dedicate to others. So if you decide to invest time in a meeting, it better be worth it. But most of the time, I know for a fact that we've been to meetings after meetings after meetings, and at the end of the day, there's no resolution. Right? And most of the time, if you were to be invited in meetings, there's an icky feeling. Right? There's an icky feeling. It's meeting. Meeting ulit. So, yeah, we want to change it because most of the meetings are not effective. That's the reason we're here, and that's the reason why JCI has a recommended course, which is effective meetings, to make our meetings easier and make our meetings be more effective. So the purpose of this course is to empower young people with understanding of why effective meetings are important, to creating sustainable impact, and how to make local meetings more effective and inspiring. Because if you haven't noticed, every day or every time you talk to other people, you're constantly in a meeting. So even though you don't know it or you may not know it, but you just talking to your wife, to your husband, to your partner, to your friend, that's already a meeting. So what is a meeting? A meeting is a gathering of two or more people with the common purpose of to discuss, to decide, and achieve common goals. That's very important because if you're not discussing, you're not deciding, and you're not achieving common goals, the meeting might not be as effective as you want it to be. So why do we need meetings? Because in meetings in meeting we're planning, we're sharing, we're deciding, we're solving, we're criticizing, and evaluating the things that we've done. So what's an effective meeting? An effective meeting has to have a purpose. If it's just meeting for the sake of meeting, then it doesn't have a purpose. Then that's one of the reasons then why most people we're getting tired of meetings is because most of the meetings doesn't have a purpose, right? Next, it has to have a process. You have to know what you need to do in the meeting, and you have to take action. What you will be done. Because if you're just meeting and you're not taking action, and it's useless, right? So first off, we'll focus on the purpose. So also, yeah, purpose. Every meeting should have a clear purpose, and it should achieve something we wish to achieve. So without a purpose, we're simply meeting for the sake of meeting. It has to have a certain direction on where you want to go, because we want to make sure that every time is well appreciated. So it has to have a process. Every meeting has a particular dynamic that leads to an agreement, agreed result. The process should enhance understanding, encourage discussion, and discussion leading to particular action. And also it has to have action. Diba? Participants of the meeting agree to take particular action. And action during the meeting, action fulfilling responsibilities as a result of discussions at the meeting. So at the end of the meeting, there has to be an action. So let's deal more with the purpose of the meeting. Here's how we normally invite people, how we normally communicate to people that we're gonna have a meeting. Diba? Most of the time, we're gonna be talking about the what's the meeting all about, and how are we gonna do the meeting. So Park and Recreation project meeting next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. And lastly, we don't include why are we supposed to meet. Diba? That's actually something that most people are guilty of, because if we're gonna invite people to meeting, we're just saying, oh, we're gonna have a meeting by 7 p.m. Tuesday, and most of the people don't know why are we supposed to meet. Pero if you're wanting to create a positive or an effective invitation for a meeting, it has to be on a different scale. It has to first start off with why. It has to first start off with the purpose. The purpose decide on ways to improve the city's parks and facilities. Yung kanina, parks and recreation facilities. You have to figure out first what's the why. Why are you supposed to meet? Next is you're going to be talking about the process. Participants will analyze, discuss, and propose action. And lastly, you're going to be talking about the what. Actions that are proposed yourself. So these are the actions that would be discussed and voted. So instead of this particular invitation, you could make it here. Can you kindly, everyone, read it? You start off with the why. Live life with a difference. This is, if I were to tell you what's the most important part of these effective meetings, for me, this is the most important part, because this really changed the way you motivate people to attend meetings. This changed the way you make the meetings more organized and make the meetings more effective, because they already know why they're here. Right? We have to live life with a difference. The why has to be catchy. The why has to be something that everyone could agree upon, and after getting their attention, you have to tell them how are we going to meet. So join us this Tuesday at 7 p.m. and be empowered, analyze, discuss, decide the best course of action to solve the challenges faced by the city's parks and recreation facilities. That is the what. The what is the challenges that the parks and recreation facilities are solving or are facing. Right? So start off with the why. If you were to invite people on, let's say you have a particular meeting for a committee, you have to first off start off, why are we going to do this project? Diba? Instead of telling people, kunyari, uy, ikaw, sama ka, may meeting. There's a meeting now. Most of the people, just because we were following our leaders, we're following it against our will, because most of the people doesn't like meetings, or they feel that meetings are a waste of time. It could be just an email, or pwedeng mag-usap na lang in Viber, di ba? Pero if you start off with the why, now why you're doing this project. So we have to, let's say, yung project ni James Chanco, the why would be, let's help the ITAS to have a classroom for themselves. So how? Then join us by, we're going to have a meeting by Monday, 9 p.m. on Zoom, and to discuss how we're going to fix it and how we're going to fix all the logistics of the tools needed to create the classroom for the ITAS. But it's easier. It's more people already know why they're here, and you won't get sidetracked of the other things that could be on the meeting, because there's times where in meetings there's some people who want to be the leader, or there's some people who want to be the star, wherein even though the meeting is not about them, they'd be talking more and more. Uh, they'd be talking about things that are not relevant. But if you have a certain purpose, you could easily shift the meeting towards that goal, that purpose, and it could motivate them, diba? For them to attend meetings, because if they know the why they're doing it, it's easier. So meetings must inspire, generate enthusiasm, and lead to action. Diba? Teamwork. I could do this. Sige. I'll create 3 groups. Okay, I'll create 3 groups of breakout room, and you're gonna discuss. Okay, try to create a meeting invitation, just like what we did a while ago. Start with the why. Bakit kailangan ginagawa? Why you're doing it. Next is start with the how. Next would be how. Kailan kayo mag-meeting? Ano yung gagawin sa meeting? What are you gonna do in the meeting? Then what are you gonna talk about in the meeting? Okay. I'll create 3 groups. First group would be talking about create an invitation, or communicate the meeting with your members for a project committee meeting. Yung kunyari, you're gonna create a project. Let's say Got Heart. Paano mo may invite yung mga tao using the effective meeting invitation? Start with the why, how, and what. Yung next group would be general membership meeting, and last group would be annual general assembly. Okay? So, write the purpose of the given meeting, why, how, what, to ensure that it will inspire, generate enthusiasm, and lead to action. Okay? Everyone get it ba? I'll create a group. I'll create a breakout room. Okay. And automatic. I'm opening the rooms now. Yo, everyone is back. So, for group 1, who's your representative?
Sino yung group 1? Sino yung group 1?
It's gonna be, our representative is gonna be Secretary Maki of GCI Quezon City Capital.
All right, the floor is yours. Sec.
Go, Sec.
Go, Sec.
Go, Sec.
So our
It's really true to
project.
life. It's really true to life.
So our project is the surviving the big one. So our why is so why did we do the project? So that so we could help the barangays in Silang, Cavite, so barangay in Chican and the surrounding barangays to be prepared when the big earthquake comes. And it was very timely because it was held last December, and come January, no, there is a Taal eruption. So I think there's no casualty in those barangays, right? So our how is how did we implement the project? How to implement is by inviting experts in the field of basic first aid, earthquake preparedness, and our what? Help me press, Lars.
What could be the surviving the big one? So,
I'm sorry, VP.
The what could be the surviving the big one training? So
yes, exactly.
All right.
Thank you, VP Jason. And we generated enthusiasm by, of course, inviting the barangay captains, which in turn cascaded the information to their constituents.
To add on to what Sec said, we invited we had collaboration with our local government unit in Silang, the DRRMO. So that's the disaster relief operation management. Also with the Silang Municipal emergency, and then through Capital, we were able to give them the training. Also through that's Raven, I think, Raven Solar of Capital. He had also a training of, I think, basic life support din ba? Parang ganun. So there.
All right. Thank you. Group 1, Press and Sec Maki. Let's hear it out for Group 2. So create an invitation, di ba? For the GMM.
Is it our group ba? Sir Jason, is it our group?
Yeah, Teka lang. Group 2 would be yung kay Danica. Yung you mentioned kay Danica.
Okay.
Sige po, ako na lang. Ayan. So, yung sa amin po is yung general membership meeting. So, parang ang napag-usapan po namin is yung purpose po is parang i-discuss yung projects for the quarter. Parang ganun po. So, yun yung purpose and why did we conduct the meeting. So, wait lang po. Yung how namin is, paano kami nag-invite is, discuss po kasi namin kung parang paano kami paano yung setup sa chapter namin pag parang magpapa-GMM. So, yung iba po parang, yung sa amin po kasi sa Silang Catlea, parang yung mga project po is parang evenly distributed sa mga members. Then parang i-discuss nila sa GMM. So parang ang mangyayari is required po silang pumunta to discuss yung project na i-share nila. Yung sa iba naman po is para daw po pumunta, yung mga members is may free food, free beer, gano'n. Kasi parang it will generate enthusiasm daw po. And gina-guaranteed, napag-usapan din po namin na para mas mag-engage yung mga members po or para pumunta sila sa meeting is to make it sure na short lang yung meetings but informative po. Na parang lahat na ng kailangan i-discuss is nandun na. Kasi parang yung reality naman po kasi talaga is lahat naman po talaga ng members is may kanya-kanyang errands or may personal things that they need to attend to. So, it's very much important po to make the meetings short and informative para po wala nang paligoy-ligoy. So, parang ganun po yung sa amin.
Alright, thank you. So, let's hear it out for Group 3, Press Bebs. Or sino yung...
Okay, kami po. Can I share screen?
Yay!
Wait.
Thanks, Press Babes.
You're welcome, Press. Okay, there you go. Kita nyo ba?
Prepared kami
Kita nyo?
Aray, meron talagang meron talagang
presentation.
I love this. Okay.
Okay, ito yung yung decision na lang namin. I asked my groupmates kung okay lang sa kanila na i-prepare ko siya, no? So, ito yung i-share ko na lang during our 9th GMM. So, parang siya, marami siyang colors kasi this is June. We are celebrating Pride Month dito sa ilalim. Independence at saka Feast of San Juan Bautista, June 24. And just in time na yung GMM namin is June 24, 2020. That's our the 9th GMM. And yung why namin is ito, yung sa ilalim. Aside from the general membership meeting, we had also our mid-year group chat and quality time, yung MGCQ namin. Kasi half na ng taon, tapos kamusta na ba yung ibang members? Active pa ba? Bakit yung iba hindi na nag-join ng mga GMM? So, actually how at saka yung where kasi hindi naman tayo nag-meet for like 3 months already, so it's powered by Zoom and yung iba actually nasa Messenger lang kasi yung signal nila mahina tapos they are away from the city, so yung iba nakiki-update lang sa group chat namin yung sa Facebook, sa Messenger, and then yung mga may magandang signal nasa Zoom sila and then we are updating each other lang sa sa Messenger para naman parang no member is left behind. Parang ganon. And then yung attire is LO shirt but actually we have our theme para maingganyo yung lahat na mag-join, no. So yung theme namin again, it's Independence or Independence Day, June 12, Pride Month, and Feast of San Juan. So anything na ma-relate nila sa ganitong theme, so isusuot nila, ipipeg nila, anong accessories, okay lang siya. So we have our also our agenda, but aside from the agenda, we have adopted also this kind of meeting na mayroong games, mayroong mga pakulo, may question and answer, may mga selfies and everything para makita at ma-appreciate naman ng mga members kung bakit sila sumusuot ng ganito, bakit sila mag-a-attire ng ganyan, bakit sila nandito. So it's more on kamustahan din. And we understand na most of our members nung nag-declare na mag-MGCQ, parang excited na lahat na gumala But there are towns and cities pa rin na hindi open yung area nila for tourists. So iyon yung group chat, ginawa na lang siya namin parang masayang group chat para lahat naman nakikijok. That's it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So,
Galing,
yun.
galing.
Galing. Thank you, everyone. So, yun, that's how yun nga, you must inspire nga enthusiasm, lead to action, and it has to inspire yun. It could be applied din sa not just JCI, it could be applied in every meeting. So, you start off with bakit pa tayo meeting, why we're meeting, and start off with what are we gonna do, what are we gonna do in the meeting, and what are we gonna be talking about. So some of you actually talk about the process of the meeting. So in creating an effective meeting, you have to plan for the meeting. So in planning, you have to put in there the date, time, location, what's the agenda, notification, how are you gonna notify people, how are you gonna invite people, you're gonna be calling them one-on-one, or gonna talk to them in Facebook Messenger or emails or whatever it is. So also point there, what are the topics, what are the resources or materials needed. You need Zoom, you need Blackboard, I don't know, what are the other human resources that are needed. If you're doing it on face-to-face, caterers and such, what are the equipment? Also, what are the responsibilities of the members or the committee chairman in the meeting? Who would provide for the food? Who would take care of logistics? Who would take care of invitation and follow-up? How are you gonna follow up on the meeting, on whether you've talked about? So, yun. In the agenda, as we mentioned, I believe everyone here has seen an agenda, especially if you've attended a general monthly membership meeting. There's always an agenda there, and the agenda includes a time, date, location, priorities. What are the topics that are absolutely must be talked about? Timing, how much will you spend on each topic? Kasi most of the time we can talk about a single topic that may not be relevant, kasi that's the thing that usually happens. We're talking about the small details and it takes up a lot of time, and we didn't have a lot of time to talk about the important things. So sequence, what are the sequence? What are the order? Results, what are the things that you need to accomplish when doing the meeting? And participants, were the people that are key in pursuing the meeting, were the key people on that needs to attend. So I would skip this. Actually, this is an exercise that you would be tasked to create an agenda. So because we're pressed in time, and I know some people have a short attention span for it, or I've been tired, but I'm gonna give you the things that are really needed on effective meetings. So agenda, every meeting should have a different agenda. It describes the purpose and the predetermined sequence items to be covered. It's sent or published in advance and must be agreed upon. It's also the reason why when we're having general GMM, there's a part there wherein we have to agree on the agenda. It can be amended, and any topic not included is out of order. And that's also one of the reasons why we're doing parliamentary procedures. Parliamentary procedures when we're conducting meetings. It's to make it more organized and to make it easier and make it more effective. So sample agenda, there's the name of the organization, date, time, and location, purpose of the meeting, opening exercises, what are the opening exercises that are needed, GCI greet, call to order, mission vision, quorum, reports, what are the things that we're going to be talking about, pending items, things that are pending from the last meeting, and new items, new motions, proposals, and closing. So when running a meeting, the success of the meeting will depend on the preparedness of the chairperson. The chairperson basically sets the meeting tone. They keep this discussions in track, ensures everyone has a fair chance to be heard. That's also one of the reasons why we're doing parliamentary procedures. It's for everyone to be heard and tie things together when the discussions jumps around between interrelated topics and summarize relevance. So in running the meeting, the role of the facilitator is very hard because you have to be very neutral. You have to be as much as possible not side with anyone because you're the facilitator, and you have to focus on the topic itself, the purpose itself. A well-planned meeting will significantly reduce surprises and meeting confusion. There's no guarantee everything will run smoothly, even with the best planning. So that's also the reason why you have to have an agenda. So other topics won't be included in the meeting, and you're going to be focusing on the priority projects or the priority topics in the meeting. And as we mentioned, time is very important, so we have to begin and end on time. Starting late sends the message that it's okay to be late. It shows lack of respect and appreciation for those who make the effort to arrive on time. That's one of the reasons why in every meeting you have to be on time. Right? So some people may have other plans for after the meeting, so ending the meeting on time shows respect for the participants' valuable time. And no one ever complains if you end early. So begin and end in time. Also use the agenda. Review the agenda with participants at the beginning and ask if there's any changes, if there's any amendments, is there any things that they'd like to ask, or is there any things that they'd like to add on the meeting. And continually refer back to the agenda so that you'll stay on time, you'll stay on the meeting, the purpose of the meeting. And post the agenda on an easel pad, tape, or tape it to the wall, or this way you could give out flyers, you could give out print out of the agenda so people can see it and people can track where are we on the meeting. And everyone should be heard. That's one of, as I mentioned, that's one of the good things of parliamentary procedures. You ask for discussions, amendments, violent reactions. So make sure that everyone has a fair chance of expressing ideas and opinions. Do not let one person dominate. That's the role of the facilitator. You do not let one person dominate the meeting, the discussion. And you ensure the quiet participants are expressing their opinions and ideas. This may require the leader to call them if they're quiet, if they have an opinion. It's an active process, or it's an active thing for the facilitator to do it. Next is to bring food. So if a meeting does not involve food, then people would get low energy. So although many people still prefer standard coffee, donuts, alternative such as fruit, juice, bars, or kahit candy, di ba? It's useful for them to be okay, kumbaga psychologically and mentally. So the action after the meeting, after you've done the meeting, there has to be an action. Right? So one way to ensure that there would be action is to summarize decisions and responsibility. There has to be someone that would take note. You summarize the decisions so that it's easier for people to come back at it. Right? And include in the summary any review plan for follow-up or the need to reschedule any succeeding meeting. And it's far easier to schedule a next meeting while everyone is presently in the current meeting. Diba? Parang if you're gonna plan for a vacation. It's easier, di ba nga, that's also one of the reason why unplanned vacation works because you're there. Nandun na kayo. Di ba? Instead of you trying to create up a plan na, "Hoy, by September, we're gonna go in Tagaytay." If it's a planned thing, it's harder for people to respond. If compared to if they're there, if you're talking personally, physically talking with each other, and you're planning for the next meeting or you're planning for a vacation, now it's easier for it to go through. So meetings are not the reasons for which organization exists. Meetings enable the organizations to make decisions. Kumbaga, you're not working to attend meeting. Meetings are created for your work, to help you with your work. If the meeting is not helping you, then you may be doing ineffective meetings. So focus on the purpose and the reason why we meet. Plan other forms of interaction to engage members and only have meetings if decisions need to be made. If you're just gonna be talking about something, it doesn't have to be a meeting. It could be done on email, could be done on Messenger. Pero if there's a decision that needs to be made, that's when you need to have a meeting. Effective meeting, as summarized, effective meeting has to have a clear purpose. What do you want to achieve? It has to have a process. Understand, decision, discussion, decide, action, and action during and after the meeting. As you look forward to your next meeting, ensure that participants are inspired. The meeting generates enthusiasm and lead to action. If you're just meeting for the sake of meeting, then you're not supposed to be meeting. Meetings are supposed to lead to action. There has to be a decision to be made. So with that, I thank you. I hope you learn a lot, and remember to register on jci.cc.
Okay, thank you, VP Jason, for the last session of our webinar. Okay, the floor is open for the question and answer regarding the topic, effective meeting. Is there anyone or would like to ask regarding the topic?
I have a question, EVP.
Okay, go ahead, Press Lars.
Okay, this goes out to the Quezon City Capital, no? How do you what do you call that? How do you call out for a meeting? Like, for example, a GMM.
Okay.
Press D.
I'll be the
Like,
one who
how do you call out your members, especially your members, not your VOD, because your VOD is definitely there for you, right? So yung mga mahirap i-encourage ba?
All right.
Wanna know.
Sige. Actually, before Press Lars, what we do during yung wala pang quarantine, meron kasi kaming parang it's time for us to gather. That's the only time we'll see each other. So this time around, it's quite different, very hard because we'll do it via online. So what we do usually, we assigned, kasi may mga projects kami and we have committees there. So we make sure that the whole committee will be present during the presentation or during the reporting. That's one. Number two, we try to think of something na para ma-engage sila to join the meeting. So one is we do some hi, hello, how are you? Kamusta ka? How can we help? As Capital, as our brother, is there anything that we could do? Meron bang problem? May concerns? So that's also a place where we can talk about it. Now, like what we did last meeting, ang ginawa ko naman, namigay ako ng face mask actually. So, if you saw this face mask, yan.
Wow, libreng promotion.
Yeah, so may ganun kami sa Capitol na if you join the GMM and you were there present, you will get your free face mask. So that's one way of encouraging our members to join. And of course, most of us naman are eager to listen and to be part of the GMM because that's the only time na we could see each other. It's like once a month lang eh. So we want to make sure na we give a little time for that, like 2-3 hours time in once a month para makapag-usap, makapagkita, makapag-chat, makapag-hi, hello, and to see each other basically. So usually batch what we do, yon ganon, and of course, we want to ensure and to inform our members. It's one of your responsibility as well, being part of a chapter of LO chapter, that you need to participate. You need to participate in their GMMs for you to be able to understand if the chapter, the goal of the chapter has been met, diba? Something like that. So yun, that's what we do in Capital.
Okay. So maybe
Thank you,
we can,
Press.
that's a good takeaway, no? I'll put that in mind. And then I'll really try to encourage everyone in Catlea to also do that. Thank you.
Actually, that's a very good question, President Lars, and thank you for the sharing, President Lin. Now I have a few things that I can apply to my chapter, and
Yes, please.
this is how we actually share, how we practice in a different chapter. So maybe I can share a bit like what we did.
Go ahead.
Usually during GMM, we will give some agenda for the project pitch. So some members probably they want to do some trainings or educational reports. They are allowed to. So usually we will engage them personally, like, hey, you need to assign some committee. You know, you need to appoint your committee to support you. So during the GMM, they will have the team. They themselves will come out and reach out the members that they need to appoint as their committee. So let's say in a group of 5 for one project, then we already have 5 people in one GMM, right? And then we engage another project. Let's say we approach to a commission director for World Cleanup Day, and then we ask them, do you have your committee on board? And then when he said yes, and how many people, then 5, then we already have 10 people in the GMM as the member. So in that case, we gave responsibility to one of the commission director, and then they will help us to invite more members to come to the GMM to give reports. And so the LBOD, the local board of directors, probably wouldn't have to call the members one by one to, hey, come and join us. You know, that will be very tiring. So that is what we do here. I hope we can share a lot more and yeah, to help out each other. That's a great sharing President did. And thank you, President Lars.
Thank you, and this is really, we'll take note of that. Definitely, it's a great practice, especially doing a committee. It's a great avenue for you to involve members to join the GMM. We'll take
Yes,
note of that.
thank you
so much.
also for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So what's our next? EVP.
Do you have something else, EVP?
Something else to share with? The floor is open for that, so that everyone could hear you.
If I may suggest, andito pa ba si Press Bebs eh? Wala na.
Yeah, I think she has
Oh,
to
my
do something else.
No worries. How about Press Jeanette, IPP Jeanette? Can you share how you do your GMMs in JC Daraga?
Ang style ko naman noon, nung term ko is,
Nag-brown out? I think nawala.
Nawala si Press Jeanette.
I think
Anyway, we'll go back to her.
electricity,
So
So
even
Press is
Presley,
natutulog.
even in project, ganun din ang ginagawa nyo.
Yeah. For the
Here, okay,
projects.
Press.
Ayan,
Sorry.
sure.
Go. Sige, go. Share ka muna.
Ayan.
Yeah.
No, so Press Janet is there na. Press Janet, are you there? No, wala. Anyway, what's the question? For the project, that's what we do also. We make sure that the chairman will have a committee to be involved in the project. That's the only way you could be successful to a project. You cannot do a project alone, basically. So that's what we're doing right here, right now. This project, we invited different chapters for this to be successful. So basically, what we do in Capital, we practice collaboration, not only with our members, but with also other GSA members in other chapters, and even private companies or private sectors. Depends on the project. So for me, for it to be successful in every meeting, you have to make sure that you designate a task per group or per individual for them to know, for them to have a role in the meeting. Usually, if the person is just a spectator, hindi masyado involved. Basically, he will not be that much involved into that meeting. So the interest will not be that high. So usually what we need to do is we need to give tasks, we need to delegate, and we need to make sure every person in the meeting have something to share or something to do for that specific meter project.
Okay.
Dean, thank you.
What about kay Press? Press Ace. Anything
Press Ace
you'd
is
like to
sleeping.
share? Press Ace.
He's still sleeping. Ayan.
Idol din yan eh, si Press Ace.
Oo naman. Idol yan. Press Ace, how do you do your meetings?
Nung may pwede pa yung physical meetings, actually yung sa chapter namin sa JCI Surigao, medyo mahilig talaga sa inom. So kami inom tsaka basketball actually. So yun lang yung way para maengganyo sila mag-attend, other than dun sa mga committees, sa mga ongoing projects, new projects, and accomplished projects na i-report. Yung ibang members, actually yung inaantay nila kung ano yung handa dun sa GMM, gano'n. So, yun, we make sure na lang na at least maayos yung preparation ng venue, gano'n, para at least lahat ganap pumunta.
Nice. Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press, for sharing.
Thank you, Press Ace.
So I think with that, we have something. Press Jeanette is back. IPP. Can you share, Press Jeanette?
Sorry na brown out kanina.
Oo nga.
Anyway,
No worries, no worries.
No problem.
Anyway, nung term ko naman, ang ginagawa ko is, inaalam ko kung sino yung mga birthday celebrants for a particular month. Tapos, pinagsasama-sama ko sila, kinakausap ko sila ng happy birthday. Tapos alam na nila na sa GMM na yon, kapag birthday month nila, they can bring something. They can bring food doon sa meeting venue. And usually, nagmi-meeting kami dito sa bahay namin kasi since ang mga members ko, karamihan mga babae, tsaka karamihan mga nanay, gaya ko, naintindihan ko kapag they need to bring their kids kasi hindi nila maiwan sa bahay or walang mapag-iwanan sa bahay. And mostly yung mga kids nila, kasing age ng mga kids ko, mga toddlers. So I also invite their kids over. Tapos since may playroom sa bahay, lahat ng mga anak-anak namin.
Parang gusto ko sumali dyan.
Habang nag-uusap, habang nagmi-meeting kami sa dining area, nandun yung mga anak-anak namin sa kabilang room. So yun naman, siguro depende sa structure ng membership mo kung paano ka magkakandak ng meeting.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
for the
much. I think it's a
takeaway.
great idea. You have to get the interest, diba? Tama yung ginawa ni President. Especially the birthday celebrants. A good idea. Actually, we are doing it also in Capitol. The
Yes.
problem is kasi sa amin naman, pag birthday mo for that month, you
Kailangan
have to
mainom.
chip in. Yeah, kailangan magbigay ng something. So yung iba nagtatago.
Ganun
Anyway,
talaga,
thank
di
you.
ba? Pinoy tayo eh. So we have to really share
Yeah.
every time we have our birthdays.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all the sharing.
Thank you, Press Jeanette.
Thank you.
Do we have a
Okay.
game for the GCI
Yeah, we
jacket?
have.
Uh,
So ano na, jacket na to. Bigyan na ng jacket ang mga natitirang mga strong individuals.
the strong 19. So what game should we play for the GCI jacket?
Let's give the floor to our RVP Jinx Arandia.
Actually, we have ano pa, Press.
Ay, sorry.
TikTok presentation.
Okay, sorry. Kayo na. Okay, go.
Presentation na. Gusto niyo na ba makita? Pero isa lang to, ha? Don't expect.
Don't expect.
Sige. Presentation muna, GCash, tapos jacket.
Wait, I need to know pala. Ay, sorry.
No.
Habang because I think GCI Senator Charlie is still in the house. So I believe I wanted to know something about GCI Carmona.
Later ko na to
Anything you want to share, Sir Charlie?
Charter President.
Hi, Sen.
Thank you po
Sen
for
Charlie.
for joining us and staying with us until 5 o'clock.
Press
I
start.
think nakamute.
Nakamute
si
po.
Sen.
Nakamute po, Sir Charlie. Nakamute po. Unmute mo kaya, E-Vips.
Teka, unmute ko na siya. Saan na siya?
Yun. Okay na?
Okay na po.
Yan. We can
Hello.
hear you. We can hear you, Sen. Hello, Sen.
So ito, it's been a long time na makamit uli yung mga bago. Ang dami ko na hindi masyado kilala ngayon sa sa mga president, mga bata na eh. So I was NBP 2000 pa. And then in Carmona, still supporting pa rin yung Carmona ngayon. Kaya lang may problem kami politically doon sa sa place. And then keep working naman with the new members at saka yung aming bagong presidente. And then nagka-problem nga dito with the COVID pandemic. So yun, medyo kaunti lang project ginagawa lang namin. Pero still pa naman din kami. Still working pa rin. Although may problem na kami doon sa place, pero okay naman din yung aming chapter.
Thank you, sir, for sharing.
Thank you, sir.
Charlie.
Thank you, Sen.
Okay po.
Okay, sige. For ito na yung the TikTok.
TikTok of Press Bean.
Oh.
My God,
Ano to,
Press.
surprise?
Surprise, bro. Huwag mo kami surprise,
Surprise.
Wala, ayaw. Teka lang, ha.
Agad.
Teka, ayaw mag-play dun eh. Ito na lang.
Wala yata.
Wala preview.
Wala ba?
Imaginary screen.
Wala ba? Ulitin ko ulit.
Sino yan? Excited ako dun.
Hulaan ko kung sino yan.
Hulaan nyo. Sino yun?
Feeling ko isa sa mga silang katle.
Mali.
Wala naman yung
Mali.
expert sa TikTok.
Feeling ko yung magaling sa TikTok, yung magaling magsayaw. yung presidente.
Meron pa tayong dalawang item.
Nasaan yung TikTok?
Teka, hindi ba
Wala.
Na-play?
Inabang namin TikTok
Share screen, tas share audio.
Dami.
Yan, nakita nyo na?
Ang dami ah.
Nakita nyo na ba?
Wala
Wala pa.
I-play mo muna, tas i-pause mo, tas i-share screen.
Yan. Kita nyo na ba?
Wala. I-pause mo lang muna.
Sabog mo ah.
Teka lang ah.
Nakikita namin yung folders mo eh.
Sorry na.
Secret chat yan.
Bakit may folder ka ng ano? Ano yun?
Hindi yun ano. Grabe ka. Teka nga. Grabihan ka. Ito. Kita nyo na ba?
Yan. Si Rose Ann pala to.
Si Rose Ann yan.
Nako.
Paletas. Andiyan pa ba si Rose Ann? Nice.
Yung nasa huli si ano
Oy.
yun? IPP nila. Kapatid ni RPP Vic.
Yeah,
Fresno.
Fresno West. Thank
Fresno
you.
West. Thank you so much. Nice. Galing ng GC Tagaytay Kalikasan eh.
Maybe we can share that in permission to share that sa Facebook Katlea page. Ha?
Broadcast yung TikTok nila.
Thank you for
I will discuss
sharing.
this on our GMM. Thank you. So we have another prize ba? Am I right? Or a jacket na? What do we do?
Yung face mask, press.
Yeah.
Ano gusto mo? Bring me or trivia?
I don't have any trivia question with me, no?
Bring me na lang.
Bring me na lang again.
Go ahead.
Just siguro ano lang, show it na lang to the camera, on your camera, on your screen.
Magti-TikTok siya? Ano, Press? Di magti-TikTok si Press Lars live.
Hoy, hindi live. Okay, so bring me what? Your high school ID. High
school ID?
Kahit nasa phone lang. High school ID.
What?
Parang wala akong high school.
High school.
Nakapong ko na yata.
Ako rin wala eh.
Ay, wala.
Baby picture na lang.
Meron ako, wait.
Ay,
Baby press.
ready na kasi press gym eh.
Watch talaga, oh.
Competitive
College ID po.
Wave na.
Meron ako, meron.
Ayan na. Si Press Ace.
I love you.
Okay, send. Saan ko isi-send?
Pakita mo na lang.
Oo, pakita mo na lang. Para mabilis tayo. 5 na.
Share screen ka na lang po. Or kahit sa screen.
Okay.
Pakita mo sa camera.
Wait lang.
Pakita mo sa camera.
Patingin nga talaga ng high school na yan.
Reminiscing the past.
Patingin nga.
Lang. 1 minute.
1 minute.
Bagal lang net.
Okay, so while waiting,
Nakakainis.
what's our next?
Yeah.
Yung ano na, yung jacket na. Pa-jacket ni.
Pa-jacket.
Okay.
Kasi RBP natin eh.
Jacket si Mayor.
Na-excite ako sa jacket. Akala mo naman kasama dun sa...
Ano bang gagawin natin?
RBB Jigs, ano ba size ng jacket mo para malaman ko sa sali ba ako?
Depende sa mananalo.
Oo, depende sa mananalo.
Wow.
Ito yung 2020 jacket.
Guys, what we are talking is JCI corporate jacket.
Ito yung 2020 nga.
Mo namin ngayon.
Okay, bago tayo mag-roleta sa jacket.
Roleta? Mas maganda question and answer yan.
O sige, ang question ko, sinong crush nyo sa JCI? Lagay nyo lang doon. Then roleta.
Oh my God!
RBP, ang tindi niya na.
O yung magbibigay lang ng sagot yung kasama sa roleta.
Madali lang yan.
Na lang wala dito yung na lang.
Oy!
Gawa!
Bakit? GCI siya.
Siyempre, JCI.
Ay, ID. Nice.
Screenshot ko yan. Pakita ko kay Mayor Randy.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
Galing.
Sorry girls, I'm taken.
Oh, go!
Iba talaga si Press Ace.
Congrats, Press
May
Ace!
sa loob, i-broadcast yung crush niya. Via
Ay, ano na pala daw ni
Stan,
Press Ace? Ano na pala ni Press Ace?
face mask. Yung
Oh.
face
Katleya.
from Kathleen.
Okay. Oh, may face mask ka na, Katleya, Press Ace. Punta ka raw ng silang.
Pupunta yan. Pupunta yan. Why not?
Oy, nandito na
Punta
siya
ako
sa
ng
QC.
Santa Rosa. Pag pumunta sa Santa Rosa.
Oh, ba't wala pa
Oo, may ano, may...
I-set na natin yan ha, Press Ace.
Ba't wala pa nag-chat?
Yung ano mo, yung...
Oh my gosh, nakakahiya naman yan, RVP.
Ba? Oh, sige, wag na lang. Pin na lang, pin.
Ako, may crush ako sa JCI.
Pili ko kabatch mo rin.
Pwedeng tomboy, pwedeng.
Naka-live tayo guys ha. Mga crush.
Oo nga pala, live sa Facebook.
Oh.
Pwede ba pakitanggal?
Sa akin.
O nga, i-off na, no?